Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the show today. Very, very happy to have you here. Hopefully, you guys have had yourself a good week and back for more Umbral. We're up to session 9 now. It's very, very good. Every time I say that, it makes me think of struggle and session. Ooh. Nevertheless, communists aside, and so that for your information, Tower, Quagmire is not a point of reference. Yeah. Um,
A
uh,
what?
a quagmire, you say giggity, is not a proper point of reference for a young man.
Doesn't have to be. It's a statement. Assert your power.
Yeah, this generation's
Eh.
doomed. Absolutely doomed.
We're all doomed. Enjoy the ride down.
That's
Yeah.
fair. At least I live in a place that'll die last. You know,
Yeah.
there are certain benefits, I suppose. Nevertheless, of course, we are continuing our story today. We're going to get into it, but of course, first I always like to say hi to everybody, and I just go around the clock here. So GOP, hi.
Hello.
Okay. So have you had yourself a good week? Was work
Oh,
satisfying?
work is so satisfying. I feel fulfilled. How about you?
I do. I do. Having productive work is a useful thing in life. We don't always recognize it to be so, but it is true.
Mhm.
Mm. Tower, hi.
Howdy diddly there.
Yeah, your vocabulary, just incredibly inspiring to me.
Well, you're
I'm
learning new
glad
words all the
you
time.
know what? You're a language professor, and the fact that I inspire you means I did something good.
It is fair and true and just. hmm So, how was your
Yeah.
weekend, dude?
Oh, it was great. I got a second job. My mom manages a convenience store, so I go there a few hours now on my weekends and before my other job at the railroad, and help her out there, make a few bucks on the side.
Okay,
Power
so
washed
to
up the dog
clarify, you
kennels
get
today too.
paid
Yes, yes, I
hourly.
am. I am hourly getting paid to work at this convenience store, but my mom is the manager there,
Uh-huh.
so my hours are essentially whenever I want to go there, and all I do is stock the cooler. So I'm like, don't touch a cash register, the main floor. I'm just dealing with stuff in the back room, sorting it out, and making her life easier.
hmm I'm going to give you a new word today, Tower. Nepotism.
I am not a nepotist.
No, that
Maybe
would
I'm
be your mother, actually.
huh?
Oh my god.
My life is great, GOP.
Uh,
Yeah. No, that's actually cool, dude. That's good that you're doing earn a little bit of money, help your mom out, and those are the kind of jobs that no one wants to do anyway. So, and they're
Hey,
actually the easiest jobs, so they're great.
I went in there yesterday. It was my off day from the railroad. It took me 6.5 hours. I completely reconstructed the entire back room from the ground up. And now I go in there once every other day. It'll only take me like an hour at that to stock the cooler, and everything's already organized now.
There you go.
So
That's good. That is how you should.
works out perfect.
Ironically, if that's the right word to use, it took me 6.5 hours to produce today's show.
Really?
Yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't call it irony.
No, it just feels like the right word way too often, doesn't it?
It really does.
See,
It's become similar to that word we have, the forewarned unlawful carnal knowledge one. That one. That we use just to express ourselves in any way possible. It hasn't it? It has become that. Anyway, thank you, Tower. Hello, lady.
Good afternoon, good morning, whatever the case may be.
Oh,
Good evening and good night.
it is morning for me. It is night for you. Somewhere else in the world, it is another point of day, seeing as we literally have a 24-hour cycle. So it's kind
It's
of
five
Well, that's
o'clock
why I'm trying
somewhere.
to say hello to everybody around the world
that's true.
Just say it's five
that will
o'clock
eventually
somewhere.
listen to this because it'll become a great podcast or something.
It may be. I
Yeah.
doubt that. Yeah.
I didn't know this was a podcast. I thought it
Is
was
it?
a YouTube channel. Is it
It
a
can be turned
podcast?
into a
I think
podcast.
it's a.
It
I
can be
think it's
turned
a
into a podcast.
vodcast
It
or
is a
Vodcast.
podcast.
or a
I thought it was
vlog.
more. Yeah, I could see vlog. I
Hey,
just
here,
thought
I
it was
thought you
more
were
of
talking
like.
to me instead of him.
I'm sorry.
If you're listening, it's a podcast. If you're watching it, it's a podcast.
See, logic
Mhm.
prevails, lady. Logic
Sometimes.
prevails.
Logic.
Now, I know it's very interesting when we talk about time because I'm sitting on the Pacific Western side of the Pacific Rim, if that's how you measure distance. And we have a couple people stuck in the Midwest of the country, the Rust Belt. Woe is be to them. And then we have a Texas lady,
Of course.
which is
It's
really
Central Time, sweet.
interesting. The rebels of Earth, you know.
Mhm.
I wonder if you go to
In-
hell, what the Texans are like in hell.
Geez, this
Troublesome.
is nice and cool.
Yeah, I think
they're probably riding the hellhounds like a rodeo.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
As you would. As you would. But
Don't
anyway,
be picking on Texas.
no one would dare. Okay.
Mhm.
But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it today. I do have a lot to get to, so I don't want to waste too much time chitting and chatting. Although who was it that is that another Roald Dahl production or no? Some weird person had a hand in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I don't know how I got there, but I did. Someone research it.
That's
Uh,
way before my time.
it is. And before I jump over, I need to go over here and I need to hit that like and share button on the screen. And, go ahead and do that to let people know we're actually on. I know this is certainly a niche show for us, but those who are interested, of course, are always welcome. So let me go ahead and do that.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
uh, did you ever get a chance to check out maybe streaming to Rumble too? Or
I have looked into it slightly, but I've been very busy with other things. My son is back in the house right now because he's in between graduation and job training. So
Mhm.
I have not done much with it, no. But I need to look into it. I do. That is true. Another thing I didn't have time to get to was look for a different dice system. So hopefully this thing will work today, or I can just do it right now. So let me take a look
it's
here.
only given us an issue that one day, I think.
Well,
But most
really
things,
overall, but what should I search? Dice generators, maybe that'll do it.
a, a lot of that's yeah. I would assume a lot of that's just going to be simple, number generators and not
Oh my
type of.
God, no! And it would help if I like didn't misspell it, because Google got me though, because
Mhm.
random org. Oh my God, could you be more random? That's a Tower joke. Tower, why did you let me beat you to the punch on that?
Oh,
Because you kind of said it like
because,
immediately.
I'm half listening. I'll be 100% honest. I'm eating steak and pepper rice.
I use
Actually, Triple D dice is rolling pretty fast. I'm
Oh,
rolling on it right
now it
now.
is. All right,
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. I'm sorry, Chester. I was eating. I'm eating dinner, so I'm only like half zoned in.
Let me see here. Let's challenge it with 11d8. Oh, dude,
oh
it's rolling like mad. Okay, so it's working today. Sweet. I'm over here. Lady is over here. No one else exists.
what? Why am I'm in the room, but for some reason it's
Oh,
okay. Now I'm all
I
right.
have player.
Wow, why am I not me?
I don't
Why
know
Okay,
not?
because you guys aren't logging in as yourselves first.
I was logged in. Oh, I
Oh,
must
I,
have.
Secret Chester, M for Max. Everyone else is dark.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't even have a computer to log in.
Here.
Can you shoot me the link for the dice?
Again, how can you not have that saved yet? How
'Cause he's
possibly
rolling
do you
on his
not have it
phone.
saved? So save it. Click the little star next to it.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how to operate Google like
What are you
that.
talking about? There's a star right there on your. Just touch it.
All right. Just
I need to get
say
this.
How in the hell does the boomer know more than the zoomer?
because it's everything's simplified now. But it's
Yes, I literally. Everything I deal with is pneumatic call. I can do an air wrench. I just can't do a computer.
hit
Fair. That's
hit the
fair.
little bookmark thing. Just hit it.
Yeah, I
Have it.
mean,
The open book.
God,
The open
there's
book.
not a manual switch.
It's just a button. You touch it. But anyway, it doesn't matter. The pneumatical stuff, as you put it, that's more useful anyway. To be fair.
Mhm.
But all right, so we got all that set up and working. So let's go ahead. I have shared it, and let me go ahead and I'm going to jump over to the other side as I usually do, and we'll go get busy. All right, so let's get into it. Of course, Cortex
Get
Prime
busy with it.
Umbral is our campaign setting, and starting to flesh out a bit, I think. Of course, we do have our three characters. Doug has not sent. When you do get a hold of Doug, let him know I
Mhm.
really need him to choose an image and send it to me. Right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Please. But we do have a ladies' character here, Max. And we have GOP's character, Xander Lyons the Third. You realize I am Chester Cornelius Busby the Third. Are you mocking me?
Well, Tower made this character, so he would be the one mocking
Are you
you.
mocking me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, how many of us thirds are there left in the world? Not many. We've dwindled.
They stopped doing that, hadn't they?
Yeah,
I know
like
some
about
people who.
100 years before I was born. Yeah, I know. Anyway, we also have Tower's new character, which is the first time he's actually going to be playing it today. Tacitus Underwood, which is a cool little character. He's very he does have one power punch, but he's more versatile. I think that's going to be the use of it.
I have
Uh,
an you do anything within reason that Chester might say you can do.
No,
Technically,
if you knew the word, if you understood the word cantrip, it would help a lot. Um, so let me help you. In D&D,
yeah,
long ago, I think it was third edition or maybe the second edition kits introduced it. There was this concept, this idea of having easy little spells you could use at will, because in D&D as a wizard, and as you level up, the wizard outpaces everybody radically. I mean, the wizard becomes way more powerful than anybody else, which makes sense, right? But in the beginning, they're very easy to kill, very soft, and they have like at level 1, for instance, they have one spell they can do a day, one, right? And it very slowly progresses. And this is, of course, frustrating if you're trying to do something in the game as a wizard. And they introduced the idea of cantrips. And cantrips are these simple little, mostly non-combat spells that you can use at will. They're not damage things. They're not. They're just useful little magic, and it allows you to do more in game when you're at low level. Now, as time has gone by, the system adjusted and they become a little more integral. However, that's what a cantrip is. It was a solution for wizards who had nothing to do at low level while playing to give them a little magic. So, if you're thinking about listening for a noise or floating an object or changing the color of something or just some little parlor trick, or I would use the word prestidigitation. Do you know this word?
I don't know most basic English, Chester, let alone canstripitation.
Prestidigitation. How would I, stage magic, stage magic.
Yeah, stage magic.
Yeah, little things
State.
like that.
There you
Like a
go.
Misdirections,
sleight of hand.
illusions, sleight of hand. These kinds of low level things, but done actually magically, you can do, right? Damage stuff doesn't matter. I don't know how in the hell he did it, but GOP built you to be this ridiculous Nova class destroyer of worlds with that attack. It's just out of control. It's beyond. Most GMs would instantly kill this character. Just so you know.
I'm proud of myself.
Yes. Just so you know.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
Cool.
I can always add another red dragon. You
True.
can't. So,
Oh god.
Maybe
uh,
third.
Chester,
yes.
just think. I'll use my abilities to do things like gaslight the elderly, and
No.
Your character is elderly. He literally is the elderly.
well, yeah, but other elderly to make them think that I'm better than them.
Okay, that's fine. Anyway,
I'm gonna be like the coolest person at the old folks' home.
Wait,
now
wait,
that
you're
that's out of the
gaslighting
way,
them? Okay.
yeah, when you're gaslighting, it's really too bad that I don't have anyone to come pick up this Alexa that I created here, this little NPC. I'd play her myself, but I'm too busy playing everything else.
Hint,
Uh,
hint,
Hint
audience.
audience.
Hint, hint.
Hint. I got her all made up too. Look at that. But I think she's a cool little character. She came out well. She's, simple, right?
Hmm.
But then again, I don't know, a lot of people may be not interested in playing a girl. But I just thought we had two guys and a girl. Why not make the fourth a girl? East,
So
west,
we could
north,
just
south type of thing.
True.
Yeah.
Dave.
But but no, he's fine. His character's just fine. But anyway, we are in Boston, of course, and doing our thing. Now, let's pick up where we left off. When it was over last time, when we had our mission, just as a super quick recap, a couple things happened. We went and talked to Anthony Priscatelli. North End Union, who these guys are, well, at least GOP is in a business relationship with, as well as a friendship, I'd say. And they had to deal with a little bit of stuff, but things are starting to get going, and the restaurant will open in a week, by the way, in a week.
Yeah.
So that's nice. And little side things, but the main thing that they had to deal with was they got called in, and this is where Tacitus was brought in because he is a member of the order, and they had to go and deal with a problem that had arose, and that problem was, oh, I took it off. I took her out. Anyway, was this kind of troublesome, noisy mage in Boston who had something stolen from her, and they had to go try to track it down. They failed to do so, but they did learn a little bit, particularly the fact that an actual kraken lives in Boston, not a kraken as in the Poseidon, uh, you know, sea monster. But Kraken in this world is describing something that's ridiculously powerful, Omega level, if you're a comic book fan, I would say. But anyway, they were trying to track this, and the good thing is, we have had a couple of weeks have passed in game. So the restaurant had its grand opening a week ago. It seems to be doing pretty well. Clientele coming in. The chef's doing a good job. Everything's pretty good right now. We'll have to see in the long run. But as far as their personal lives go, that is happening. The Orchard Street, you know, high class hangout, let's call it that, is doing as well as ever. It's being well managed. Everyone's happy. The elite have a place to hang out amongst themselves, which and they can play at the same time, so they appreciate it. So all that's going well. The past couple of weeks, you guys have been doing your normal work that you have to do, but of course, this case is not closed. And Dr. O'Keefe, is that what I named him? O'Hare.
O'Hare.
O'Hare. Dr.
O'Hare.
O'Hare gave you a list of names that this talisman has had over the years. And this talisman is pretty old. It's actually has been tracked back to the Mesopotamian ages, particularly at least as far back as Assyria. So we're looking at a few thousand years this thing's been running around the realms, possibly more. But in that time, it's had many names. This particular artifact. But here we are 2 weeks later, and you get a call. You guys are out. You're having tacos. Yeah, you're out
Yeah,
having
that'd
tacos
be
during a
great.
break, and you get a call from the little cutie that is Jesse Wilkes.
Jessica.
She's such a cutie, and she says, "We got a hit on that thing you asked us to pay attention to."
Lovely. Uh,
Ye-
what's what's the details?
And she says one of the names on Dr. O'Hare's list was Ramdair's Step. And we have got report that this has made its way to England.
The Brits, they're involved in this. I should have known.
Should have known. That's true. And she says, but yeah, so the London Dove office called and said there's because they put an APB out on this object, obviously, right? And the hit came back from the London office
All
under
right.
this
Well,
name.
Get us book us some tickets on the fastest plane. Oh, that's right. We can just take a
or
step.
we can, yeah.
Yeah, you don't need a
I know
plane.
something faster than a plane.
You don't need no
Portal.
stinking plane.
We'll be in the office shortly.
All right. So that would put you pretty late for them. So more than likely, you probably do it the next day. And you do. You finish your day work that you have because you guys do. When you're doing police work, you don't have action every day, right? Which is why I will span months in between events, because it's not like every day. It's not like a TV show, right? It's not reality. And the most of the day to day for you guys, because you've been made the liaison team for Dove here in Boston, is doing liaison. So you guys, but it's good because you're learning more and more about the city. And we're going to come to some point here where I'm going to give contacts out to everybody again. But you're helping people with disputes, lost dragon cats. Weird little shit, right? You're dealing with that kind of side of the community. If any of you ever read the comic book Fable, is that what it's called? Fable or fairy tale? No, it's Fable, right?
I'm familiar with it, but I haven't actually ever read it.
I would suggest reading it because it is a wonderful description of what I'm trying to do here. It's just inside the world. There's another world just underneath, and all of these kind of magical creatures and people live. They live right amongst you, and of course, they need police and assistance and government just as much as everyone else does, or not. So you guys do that work. And occasionally something serious pops up, and therefore a mission day, right? But nevertheless, the next morning you go over. Of course, they've set up a dispatch for you. There's no real special conversations that need to be had. I'm sure you check in with Ninma as usual. You probably don't talk to Burquest for no reason to, and you pop over to merry old London. Okay.
I start taking pictures with an old Polaroid.
You should. That's the way to do it, because that's the one that steals the soul. Should remember that.
Uh huh.
Yeah. But
Boy, I do
yeah,
remember.
yeah, you should remember that. So write that down. Yeah. But merry old England here in the heart of England, which is called London, which is no longer English at all. Yeah, they kind of lost that, a little bit. But anyway, you guys are over, and of course you teleport. You portally, excuse me, you portally gate. You actually do walk from your Dove office into their Dove office. Easy enough. You do notice one thing. There's an immediate affront to all of you. There is not a box of donuts to be found. Instead, it's this dry ass bone thing called a scone.
Oh,
I used my magic to change that scone into a plate of biscuits and gravy.
That is a proper use of a cantrip, sir. So
yes. That's great.
Yes, yes, definitely. Take a
Not
PowerPoint
the
for that.
British biscuit. I'm talking American, Southern, soft,
Oh yeah, with the
Yeah, no,
fluffy.
sausage in it.
we know.
With it. Yeah,
Seven
Peppery.
layers.
Yeah.
baby.
Take
And a
Uh,
that,
don't
chocolate
forget,
Britain. Okay.
don't forget
Uh,
to take your PowerPoint there,
yeah,
bud.
take your PowerPoint. And
Or
of course,
or you could have chocolate gravy too.
oh no, no, God, no! Stop it, Texas! Stop bad Texas. Okay.
Red
But
eye gravy.
no. But anyway, that's called a mole,
We always end up talking about
and they
food.
are awesome. Nevertheless, it takes a few moments, of course, because to wait to talk to a boss, but and a little bit more moments because it's Britain, and that's the way they are. And I know this from personal experience. Nevertheless, you do finally
My
sit
phone's out.
down.
I'm trying to scan the area, pick up any kind of information I can. See, I
That's a
talked.
lot of information, but you, of course, that's good. Yeah, that's good. That's good. But you're kind of looking for anything that pops up. I get that, and your AI is very helpful for that. And there are
Uh,
little things that are popping off, but it's all police matters really. Whilst you wait, and finally you do get escorted into the London chief's office, and his name is Sir Edmund Filmond. Of course, it is.
Of course, he had to be an old
Edmund
man.
I didn't
Gilman.
want to go quite Harry Potter on a GOP, but I came, Harry Potter adjacent.
Okay.
Okay. But this is a guy. He's of course, you guys have access to Lady, and she has information, which is why I kind of put all the little details on their pictures to just kind of, make it expedient for that interaction. But he is he is a peer of Dr. O'Hare. He's part of the Arcanum himself. So you
I
get, yeah.
I go and go shake his hand. Hello, sir. I'm Xander Lyons. These are my compatriots. I kind of tell them basically why we're here.
Oh, yes, I have been informed of it. Very happy to have you here in London. Hopefully, you will enjoy your stay. I have arranged for one of our very best to be your escort to get the things done that you need doing. Now, you guys do notice from Lady doing her thing that he is not a pact member, though. And this is probably the first person associated with
Ooh.
Dove in the mortal coil that you know of that is not. He's a member of the sanctuary. Now, sanctuary are an ancient, I mean, truly ancient sect of priests. And of course, their modern English term is sanctuary. But these Osirians, as they started out, have been around a very, very, very long time. Some even argue they may well be the original Umbral
The
faction.
umbrella faction. Okay.
Nevertheless, that's details that Lady gives you, right? And before you go in, and he seems like a nice fellow, and he's like, it is always good work for us to go and do our best to keep those pesky artifacts from getting into the wrong hands. It is noble work. It is noble work, and very happy to have you here. Do you have any questions before or for me before I send you out into the field with our expert?
Um, I mean, obviously, I'm sure your expert has all the answers we need. Uh, is does this happen to be connected to well, did you happen to find someone named Stone uh with this artifact or
Oh
no?
yes, I'm assuming they did not give you the file yet. It's of course
No,
procedure.
sir.
So he goes through and he's messing around with a little Surface Pro sitting in front of him, and he's boomering it a little bit. You can tell. But he finally gets it, and he says, "All right, here it is." And lady, you have a message incoming, a PDF file.
Okay. Pull it up.
Okay. You open it up, and it's got all the information they have. And sure enough, Stone is here in England, in London specifically, and they have their, the one thing the British do better than most anybody else is spying, right? They're really good at
Mhm.
that, keeping attention to things and gathering information. It's the hangover from the Roman years, right?
Hmm.
And they are really good at that actually. And so Stone has been cited trying to sell the artifact. Now, you guys weren't really sure last time what his ultimate motives were. But he is the information you have here in this dossier is that he has been trying to sell it, and that's how they got wind of it. So he is in London, and of course, the agent will take you to his last known place to be have been seen, and try to go from there.
All right. Well, thank you kindly.
Okay.
Uh, well, I mean, yeah. Well, let's go meet the agent.
Oh, very well, very wise. Once again, nice to have met you. And he stands up and shakes your hands. Seems like a nice fatherly type figure. But you are let out of the office by the same secretary that brought you in. He's a very British man in a three-piece pinstripe suit with a red tie that has little rampant lions upon it. And he takes you through. He's super proper. Matter of fact, he asks for one of you, I'm assuming GOP, to sign a document stating that you met with the chief, which you've never done that before. But it's very important that you do so. And he brings you down the hall into an office, and in this office there are many people bustling about. It's very old-fashioned. There is tech strewn about here or there, but it is very an old-style room that is still kind of running in the traditional way. People gathering information, documenting, data logging, etc., etc. Along the back, there are a bunch of little, I don't know if I'd call them offices more than cubicle booths, but there's a bunch of them. And you are led to one of them. And sitting in the booth, you see a rather dashing young man, Tommy Taylor. Now, Tommy Taylor, as you guys are sitting down, lady, of course, is gathering information on him. And she will let you, she knows before you do, but he is another one of those weird little things. He is a demon who works with the pact, and therefore ostensibly with Dove, right? And But he's a very particular type of demon. He is an Ishi, or a she, or a fae, or a fairy, right?
Like the
Uh,
old lady. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. The old lady who you guys bought buy your tacos from.
Tacos from. Yeah.
She's an
Yeah.
Ishi as well. But these are demons, therefore they're dead souls put back into bodies in one way or another. But the way they go about it is legal, and this is very old-fashioned as well. They've been around for thousands of years. Their process of making demons. And of course, maybe a more practical term, Tower, that you would know is they are elves.
Oh, those fairy things.
Yeah,
I got
elves.
you.
Yeah, elves. These are elves. But He is a PAC member, and he's a trusted member of the London office. But you guys sit down, and he says, "All right, so we got some Americans in here. Nice to meet you." He stands
That
up and he
doesn't
shakes
sound
your
like
hand.
an Englishman.
Oh, you
I
got some
shake it.
more. You got some Americans over here. No, that
Yeah,
that's not good. That's New
perfect.
Jersey. That's New
So
Jersey.
cockney.
That's
So
so
I
close
New.
shake
enough.
it with extra firm, Chester.
Well, actually, he sounds like a normal Brit. He doesn't have any heavy accent whatsoever. But he says, "Happy to have you over here. He'll do anything he can to help you out." And Stone was last seen at the up toward the Oxford area, which is northeast of London, right? And he's going to take you there today. And he says, "If unless you have any questions, we can go right now."
I do have a couple. Well, actually, out of character. This is England, so I mean, I'm guessing we're fine with our guns, right? There's not going to be an issue because we're,
Oh,
We have
well,
just
the
authorized.
agency doesn't care, of course.
yeah, yeah.
But
No, I figure, and
and you don't know how much control they have of the police or not. Your only point of
true.
reference is really Boston in that regard, and I will tell you how Boston works. Um, you guys, you don't, but well, no, you've actually started developing. But the office itself has a very close relationship with the police department in Boston, and there are people within the police department, not only human but also umbrals, and it's not 100% perfectly managed in from tip to toe, but it is enough so managed.
Okay, and also my other question was, do we have DOJ badges?
Hmm.
Are we given some sort of temporary special badges to? Because obviously, I don't think J would really make a lot of sense here.
No, they wouldn't, and Tom. That's why Tommy's with you.
Okay, that's fair. That was just my questions
Yeah,
on the
no,
matter,
no,
but no,
that's a
we
good
can.
question for him. He said, yeah, just let me handle any kind of, government interaction. He says, I'll take care of that. But yeah, that's why he's with you. Otherwise, there's, we find him over here. Go take care of yourself. But they're not
Hmm.
doing that. You have a minder with you. But nevertheless, he answers any other questions you have. Tower, do you have a question for Tommy Taylor here? This suave,
Uh,
beautiful looking man.
yeah, I asked him if I can call him TT.
He's like, that's a strange question from a very old wizard.
Hmm.
Uh, I'm like, okay, well, before I address, I should probably look to fit. So I snap my fingers to be in essentially a three-piece suit, sort of like what he's wearing.
Okay, so you're not playing an old, really old wizened wizard. You're playing Captain Kangaroo. All right, let me
The
write
fuck?
that down.
He's
Okay.
Captain Kangaroo.
All right.
Oh man.
He's Captain Kangaroo.
Yeah,
My God.
exactly.
Oh yeah, he's
You know,
only 21. God, I'm turning 60 this year.
you should
Oh,
go.
jeez.
Just
Sorry.
remember how you used to do like the watch along things with different shows.
Yeah.
You should just have one for like Captain Kangaroo or certain other things where it's like with Tower. I think that'd be great.
You talk about Bunny Vision movie night?
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
talking about.
love me some Bunny Vision movie night. That was fun,
Been a
but
while.
that app was canceled. But you don't need that app now, do you? Now it's completely irrelevant now. Yeah, I really did you see the thumbnail and intro I created for Bunny Vision movie night? It was really cool, dude.
I still will periodically get the Princess Bride one
Oh
just
yeah.
popping up in my recommends. Like actually, it happens like all the time, honestly. Which, but that's the only one that. But it'll just keep popping up in my recommends.
That thing is like I feel last time I checked that thing's over 30,000, 60,000, some crazy number views, dude. And it's all hate watch too. It's great.
Wait, what is on the channel? What's it called?
Bunny Vision movie night. And we just because you're not allowed to actually stream movies on YouTube unless you want to get your channel canceled. And there are people who do that. They'll put it up, it'll last like a week, and they'll throw a bunch of movies on it, and that channel gets obliterated. They create a new one and keep doing it. There's people that do that. I'm not that dude. So we can't throw a movie up on YouTube like that unless it's it's available to do so. So what we did was we had this other site where we could all join and sit into like a theater online together and watch the movie, and we just did commentary while we're doing it. And during the movie, I had a bunch a slideshow which I would play and let people. Those who are just listening occasionally look over and they'll see a slide. But the idea was is that you sit and watch it independently yourself, uh, uh, and listen to our commentary. That was the idea.
That sounds pretty coolio.
It was cool. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. And the good thing is we got to share because most I imagine most people actually just come in and watch it initially with us live. It's like a bunch of friends going to the movie theater. And it's really nice because we get to introduce movies that maybe younger viewers had not seen that are really good, right? Like one of the movies we watched was the original Godzilla, right?
Ooh,
And not the American one, the Japanese one, because you had me here to translate, right? To anything that got a little squirrely, I could help with. And we watched the original Godzilla as 1952, 53, whatever it was, ridiculous, 58, I can't remember. Old, freaking old. It's shockingly good, dude. It holds up really well. I don't know how to express it to you. If anyone listening to me has not seen the original Japanese version of Godzilla, dude,
ooh. I used to watch all those old Godzilla movies as a kid.
it's
I love
nothing
those.
like any of them. Yeah, it's nothing. It's one of those
Well,
movies that takes your breath away. It literally silences you.
no, I've watched that movie. But I'm saying like I used to watch a bunch of old Godzilla films as a kid growing up. Like
Oh,
that
me
was
too. Yeah, yeah, those are
yeah.
great. Matter of fact, they had a thing at my local mall, GOP, and I don't know. I was a kid. I don't remember the exact hours, but it was basically a place where moms could dump their kids for a few hours and go shopping. hmm And
Hmm,
I saw like every Godzilla, Gamera, any kind of dumbass, cheap Japanese thing you could possibly watch. We watched lots of
nice.
Zorro. Yeah, which is not a bad thing.
Well, I watched a little bit of like the classic. Uh,
Oh, the old one? Yeah, the old classic Zorro's badass, dude. But anyway, back to the show. Lady, you're
yeah,
supposed to be in charge here.
I kind of took us on a loop with that one,
You
but
know,
Since
well,
we
yeah.
really don't have anyone watching, I figured, okay, whatever.
Oh, that's fair. I just put this up for anyone who's interested in it. We don't have to. We could just do this on Discord and not stream this.
No,
We don't have to.
I like
I
it getting recorded. Therefore, we go back and take notes. So
yeah, that's I do that pretty much every week. Like I'll rewatch last week's episode and take all the notes that I skipped over before, so I have
That's
everything fresh.
extremely inefficient.
No, I'll
I know,
listen at like two
take
times
notes
speed
and play at
and
the same time.
So I sound like this.
Oh, hi, Dave.
yeah,
When are you
no,
coming
yeah,
later?
we get through it in like half the time,
So
and I'll write down any notes I didn't write down before.
so
Yeah,
once again, you're mocking me. All right, fine.
a little, but
Uh-huh.
it's okay. No, I'm just
Anyway,
Come and
let's
pick
move along. Let's move
on,
along. Move
on
along.
Chester for
yes,
us, Dave,
yes.
please.
Huh? Okay.
Dave needs
Um,
to pick on you.
okay, that's fine. Everyone picks on me. I got thick skin though. I can take it.
Thank you for the
Nevertheless,
like, Dave.
oh, we having a quick little conversation with Tommy here, and this guy. He's very British, not stereotypically though. So, from your point of view, maybe he's not very British, but he's in reality he's a very British guy. And he takes you down. You guys get into a vehicle, and he's going to take you up to Oxford, which is where the last place Stone was spotted trying to at a meeting trying to sell his wares. So we'll start there and see where we can get to. And as you guys drive him to the city, he's conscientious enough to take time to point out, oh, this is so and so. There's Big Ben. He's kind of just marking out the sightseeing points that a new visitor to the city might be interested in. And of course, they are
May I
historical in
do
interest.
something while we're traveling?
You please do. Yeah.
Okay, since he was hanging around Oxford, get into the security system, which Paul can help me with, and try to find him, like
Alert
do
comes up
facial
from
recognition
Paul.
from Paul.
Paul
Okay.
tells you an alert comes up. He says that Oxford, as well as many of the universities here in Europe, are Arcanum territory. Are you sure you wish to intrude upon their privacy?
No, don't do it. Don't
Dr.
do it.
O'Hare is a member of the Arcanum. So's the old dude you just met.
Yeah.
I'm unaware of what you're doing, so
That's
So
true.
yeah,
No,
my
no, that's
pleasure's
your
been going
decision,
in.
lady. Yeah.
Officer
Yep.
Taylor. Officer Taylor.
Yes.
Agent Taylor. I'm sorry. I was going to do some facial recognition through the security there at Oxford, and I'm getting a little warning that because it belongs to the
Arcanum.
Arcanum. Yeah, I'm sorry. Can we
Yeah.
get permission to enter that?
Uh, not from me.
You don't think your chief will approve, will he?
I doubt it. Have you ever met an Arcanum?
Yeah, two
Yeah.
of them, in fact, now.
They're not very open about their privacy, you know.
We'll
It would
see.
be useful, but we run into this trouble here all the time because here in London, this is the home of the Arcanum. This is their headquarters, right?
Okay,
There are
okay,
Arcanum properties all over the place
okay.
well,
So
in
I
Britain,
won't
to
go
be
into
fair.
that. What about the uh, police department around Oxford? The
Yeah, all
security
Arcanum.
variety, all of it's Arcanum?
Yeah,
Jeez. How can they do facial recognition then? Dang it.
Well, they probably can.
they probably can. You're
Because,
gonna have, and he's
I'm
going to
looking for the
take.
file, see if
Well,
they've done it or not.
well, you once again, you would have to breach their security, which you can do. You
Well,
certainly
no,
have the.
I got the PDF of the file. It should be in the file if they did
It is
facial
not.
recognition.
There's nothing. Yeah. And a matter of fact, he tells you that the first place we're going is actually to an Arcanum office.
so
All
if you want
right.
to ask there,
I'll ask there. Thank you very much for your information.
Oh no, no problem. It's trouble for us too. We're constantly having to go through. But then again, welcome to the land of red tape.
Yeah, that's how
right?
do you get anything done.
Yeah,
You
no,
need a license for that red tape.
you do.
I'd rather ask for forgiveness than ask for permission.
Yeah,
Maybe not
well,
here.
yeah, you're a foreigner,
Uh
meaning he
huh.
can't get away with it. But anyway,
Yeah.
right, he turns onto a big road and he continues kind of pointing out stuff. He said, "Hey, yeah, we got this new place that just opened here like a week ago. It's called Diner Express. It's really good tacos."
Yeah, we got one of those too.
Burritos are better.
Yeah, well, we're evolving. Give it time.
Hmm.
You're thousands a year behind the curve here, Tower. But nevertheless, as he's going along, his radio starts squawking in the car. He's still got a radio, but instead of picking up a mic and talk to it, he just touches the device in his ear, and he's like, "Yeah, go." And he says, "We got one." He pauses. Um,
101.
yeah, I'm kind of babysitting right here, right now. He's like, "We've got one, mate. Get here." And you see a bunch of navi stuff pop up on the navigation screen in the front of the car. He's like, "Yeah, I no, I don't want to hear it. Get here." And then the signal dies out, leaving the map behind. He says, "Yeah, we have a little bit of a detour. Uh, hold on a second." He touches a few buttons on the screen, and you hear that same voice come up. He says, "Yeah, I told you, man. We're getting ready to go in. You need to get over here right now." And he's like, "Yeah, but I got a bunch of Americans with me." He says, "So bring the Yanks. Maybe they'll be useful." Click.
you
I look at
know,
it. Can we hear that? Can we hear that on the
Yes,
phone?
you can. You
Or
can hear
Of
that. It's in
course.
it's on the Navi.
And
so
Paul is tracing whatever the information for the mapping and probably working to get there faster.
we're the
It's
I can
monkey.
see
actually
where
not
we're
very
going.
far from here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not very far.
It's over
That's just
in the
all I say.
It's over a bridge over in the theater district. It's not far from here. What was that tower?
I tell him that we're the most useful Yanks that he'll ever did meet.
You are
Um,
200 years old, man.
I know
You're an
it's
old
weird,
man.
dude. It's so weird.
yeah.
Um, Tower,
Uh,
can you
all right.
try to play old and wise?
No, I'm not fucking old and wise. I'm young and dumb.
You're old, but your character is old and wise. I understand that.
He could live
Um,
for a very long time, so he might only be like 33 in wizard years.
I was running the entirety of Hawaii's low-income housing when I was 33.
Well, I stock shelves at a 7-Eleven and work at the rail yard. I'm not doing
oh,
it.
You're
Works.
21 years old.
Well, whatever.
if you're
Role
Anyway, I'm not going to
playing.
dwell on it.
yeah,
It
yeah,
is
okay,
what it
okay, all
is.
right.
So you
I
got
look over at Tommy and I'm just like, you're helping us out. We'll help you out.
very well. Now, keep in mind, it's like what a 5-hour shift from you guys in Boston to where they are here. So you guys probably went over in normal morning time. So it's probably around 3 in the afternoon for them. It's where you are now. And so it's still daytime. And he pulls on a bridge, and he's like, "All right, look, I know, none of us here are in the loop. Obviously, I'm speaking for myself, of course, but we know all about the Duke and his presence on Earth. Matter of fact, I read the file on you guys, and you were present. So, he does a very American thing for a British person. And he's respect, respect. And but he's I don't know what kind of trouble you've been having in Boston, but we've had trouble over here, particularly. I don't know. We don't know what's going on yet, but we've run into quite a few Stygians, and we've been trying to capture some so we could try to get some information. Now you guys of course went through training. You know what a Stygian is. The Duke Rawl, the Archduke himself, is a Stygian. Some people say he's the one who created the Stygian faction. Actually, that's the rumor. And Stygians, once again, are just another type of demon, and all demons are. It's a unique process of how to attach a lingering spirit to a mortal body. That's all demons are. And this is just another process. And it creates Stygians. And Stygians are what everyone in the world visualize when they think of a demon, because most demons you run
Um,
into now don't look like demons at all, do they? Not the classical demon, but the classical one with the horns and the scaly skin and all that stuff, that's a
the
Stygian.
tail.
Yeah, exactly. Wings sometimes. This is a Stygian. And of course, in Boston, just as far as to reiterate for you guys, you haven't seen any new Stygian activity. There's probably been a couple of problems here or there. There might be a small faction of them somewhere, but they haven't been an issue for you whatsoever before or after Raoul stepped onto the mortal plane. But you do have one of his lieutenants in Boston. He's been cited several times, and that's Baron Stedigear. But he's
Mm.
not a Stygian, though. He's a vampire, right? But he works with Raoul. So just to kind of get us back up to date. But these guys have been dealing with some Stygian problems. You don't know more than that. But he gets to the site, and the site is actually an old, Middle Ages round theater. Like they used to have many,
Oh,
many, many in this
a
section.
globe. Oh
It's a
man.
globe theater, yeah.
Yeah.
They still have some, and they've maintained and kept for posterity's sake. This is one of them. It has been turned into a glass-roofed nightclub, however. It's no longer a theater place, but it still kind of has that character to it. Like I said, it's 3 o'clock. There's certainly no one in the club, supposedly. and he parks out in front, and he goes up, and there's a couple of actual bobbies. Police are out front, and he says, just stay behind me and follow my lead. He says. He walks up, and you hear him chatting with the bobbies, and they're like, yeah, we're just securing the area. They had been inside, and then there was a bunch of commotion, and they ran out, and they went across the street, and you see them leaning as they point. And across the street from this is a looks like some kind of almost Walmart-esque mechanics garage, like a service center for auto mechanics, right? And they said they were over there. We've been hearing a lot of noise, but well, they told us just to secure the area, so we stayed here.
I'm not saying anything because I don't
He's
want to
supposed to do all
arouse
the talking.
suspicion. Yeah, since I'm my accent, my character cannot do a British accent,
That's fine.
so
Well, I don't know. I should maybe I should try a little bit because the Sir Edmund had a slight English accent. Did he? No, maybe not. I tried. I'm not an
it's okay.
accent guy. I should work on it though. I do have a voice capable
I
of
mean,
doing it.
after all, you're philologist.
That has nothing to do with sound.
What?
I am a
What is
His
philologist, which means I
his
study the history of
languageology.
language. Yes.
nice?
He has a couple more la like I do.
Anyway, Tommy comes back over. You guys can hear the conversation. You stayed a few steps back, but you didn't wait across the parking lot. And he says, All right, so there's been some action here. They didn't wait for us, but this is pretty serious. He says that it seems like they're fighting across the street. Uh, I need to get involved in it. You guys can hang back. It's you don't have to. It's not your responsibility. But if we can take one of these guys alive, it could be really useful to us. So you'll have to make that decision on your own. He kind of nods his head, and he starts
Go,
heading there.
run.
Huh?
Yeah, following.
Wait, you're not going with him?
I'm going
There.
with him.
Oh, I thought you said you were gonna run. I'm like, that's
Well,
weird,
I
but
told him to run. Let's go. Let's stop talking. You
oh,
waste breath.
yeah, no. Hey, I told you I'd help. I'm here to help you. Let's get this done.
All right.
let's
Beep beep
yeet
beep.
right here?
Oh God. Okay. So as he's running, you do see something very interesting happen. Because keep in mind, you have no real understanding or interaction of the Ishi whatsoever. The only one you've ever seen before is the lady who runs the Diner Express, and you only know she's
Right.
an Ishi because she's registered, and you have Max with you, and she's constantly snooping into everyone's business every second of every day. So.
Which is
Uh,
perfect.
Exactly. So you don't know anything about them really, other than what you might have read in the class, right? Because I'm sure you had demonology class and you've kind of studied all of them to a certain degree. And Tower's character would know the most, but anyway, he takes off running.
After
He takes off running, and as he does, you see him start to transform, and it's quite interesting. As you're running alongside him, you see the first transformation. He actually seems to get younger, almost like teenager like. Then he gets really old. Then he starts looking like something different. And he finally becomes, which you've always kind of called a satyr or a fawn, is what he looks like. He has the Hypsilian legs, and he has the pointy ears of an elf, and he's got horns coming out which go golden, which is pretty cool. And he's by the time you get across the street, he's in full transformation. And that's interesting. You've never quite seen this before, so it's your first interaction with an Ishi. And they are a large faction. They're a very old one. They're all over the world. They seem to instigate themselves into many things. Of course, they're uh, 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 Elfheim realms are one of the most famous of the Vale realms. Everyone knows about Fairyland, right? It's a very publicly known thing. And keep in mind, demons can't get into the Umbra so easily. The Umbra itself and the bastions that are in there are mainly created by people like you, right? Not demons. Demons are kind of restricted to the veil, and inside the veil, there are all those kind of famous realms you've heard of, like uh, uh, the fairyland I just mentioned, Stygia, Tantarus. All of these famous heavens and hells are actually in the veil, right? And they're demon run, whether they be benevolent or not. But anyway, so here is an Ishi. Nevertheless, you guys get across the street and you're standing by this time after your sprint across the street at the back of an auto repair place called Wilkes Auto. And it's, like I said, it's very chain-esque in its appearance. And outside here in the back, because you guys came around the back, you see there are a bunch of bodies. Most of them are torn asunder, arms missing. This place is much bloodier than my picture. I need to get better at that AI art shit. So I could take a picture like this and I could say add blood everywhere. Maybe.
Body.
Yeah, and bodies. But
Body
anyway,
parts.
it's quite a bit of carnage has gone back here. Mostly, it seems to have been auto mechanics that have been torn apart. Although you see a couple people who look a little bit more dressed like Tommy. And you hear this kind of small explosion in the back. It's like in another room in the back you can't see, and you do hear scuffling inside. What do you do?
Well, that's where the action is. I mean, we're gonna be cautious enough, but we're still heading over there. Well, I'm gonna, head over, but try and make sure there's, cover where I can get it
Oh, there's plenty
if
of that.
something.
It is a auto
Yeah,
mechanic center.
yeah.
Okay, so lady, what are you doing?
Uh, Going in as well, looking for cover first thing off, and then trying to see who the offensive person is, and then I'll kinetically grapple them and let other people take him down.
Fair enough.
Therefore, I won't be
Uh,
killing him.
Tower.
So
I
Yeah,
turned the
Dan.
lights off to the entire building.
It is
We're
daytime.
We're in a building. Like we're going in a building,
Are you
right?
not looking at the
well,
picture I'm showing you?
it's open. It's like a garage. It's a
Oh,
big.
I
I'm sorry.
literally
I was.
spent over 6 hours on these presentations. You could at least look at them.
you best appreciate it, Tower.
But he's on his phone. It's a little bit hard.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, I magically make all of the lifts go into an opposite position of where they already are. So, like, if a lift is raised, it lowers, and if it's
Oh,
lowered, it.
and poor old Joe might have made it too. Oh well.
He was hiding in one of the
Yeah,
wells.
poor old Joe. But
If he's in a well, he'll be okay.
Anyway, GOP, at least you appreciate my
I
presentation of
do.
this?
I've got it
I,
up.
it looks good. I'm looking at it right now. It looks great.
Yeah, thank
But
you.
It's too
yeah, let's.
clean.
I have
We're
transitions and all kinds of stuff.
I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I
I
lower
did a
all of the lifts.
I did a morphing transition right there. That was pretty cool.
mhm.
Yeah,
But yeah, I guess I think we're all just moving up cover to cover.
Yeah, I
I
know. I
think
figured
that's the
so.
smart.
And he's
actually,
murdering
can I do
civilians.
two? Can I do two actions?
No, we
No,
gotta
Oh,
cook
you
up the
got.
first
There's
one.
nothing happening. You're not actually in
Yeah.
initiative yet. So go ahead. What do you want to do?
okay. Well, what I was gonna do is, like I said, lower the lifts, and then I want to turn the fan on high, so it's noisy. It's very noisy.
Okay, that's fine. It, all right, that's fine. So you do that. Now, as you guys move up and trying to get positioned, Tommy is moving in, doing the same thing. You're all trained by the same people, right? And getting in position, and from the back wall explodes out and flying through the air, landing out here in the parking lot area near Tommy. Tommy's right there at the edge underneath the service sign, by the way. You guys have all taken your positions. And he looks down and he says, Joey, Joey. And you see a very large Scotsman. And how do you know he's a Scotsman? Because he's very large and redheaded.
Is he
Um,
wearing a kilt?
Bagpipes.
in spirit. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's all that
Joey's
matters.
not moving. Okay. And stepping through the very large hole that was made in that wall, coming out, sniffing the air as she does so, you see this.
The fuck?
I'm going to yell, but the fan's on really loud, so it's like,
Very hard.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
harass,
no one can hear
put
you.
your
Yeah,
hands up.
you
Yeah,
have been nerfed. Yeah, you've
right?
been nerfed. Yeah, yeah.
By our own party member.
Oh man.
But anyway,
Okay.
she, surprisingly, but in truth, what is your occult?
Mine 12.
No, not you. GOP.
Oh, mine is, let me pull that up. Occult is a 8 for
Okay.
me.
Then you paid enough attention in classes to know that one of the kind of perks that Stygians have, maybe over some of the other demon factions, is the fact that they have incredible hearing. So you know that you don't even have to scream and she will hear you.
Well,
Okay.
with that disorienter though, because the fans are on high blast, so
No.
that'd be like shit hurting her.
No, nothing at all. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
I was
Oh,
just trying to
person.
fix your blunder. You see. So this is a time where you say, "Thank you, GM." You see.
Thank you, DM.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. She looks over at you and she didn't find any of that funny at all. This is
I don't
zero
expect
humor.
you to.
She kind of looks behind her. She doesn't say anything, but it's almost as if she is speaking though. It's a weird movement she does. Coming through the hole behind her, you see another.
There's two of them? Oh, that's a goat looking motherfucker.
They all are. They're Stygians. And he says he smells the air as well. And he says, "Fresh meat." And she follows very quickly, but he just charges the nearest person, which is well. Let's see who the nearest person is. It's always nice to have dice rolls for such.
Well, you
One,
know it's going to be me, regardless.
well, not necessarily. You're three this time, so it's going to be
3 and 4.
GOP, Tower, Lady, and Tommy. So
Oh yeah,
let me
there's
roll
4 of
my
us.
thing here. Oh, it is working today. And it's a 2, so that would be a tower. Okay, tower. So this goat-looking dude, this Stygian, comes charging right at you hardcore. And yeah, combat's on. So initiative. Let's go ahead here and take a look at our stat sheets. Alrighty. I like that one. That was a nice one. Good luck.
I've initiated 32.
Yes, I know you
Yeah.
guys are quite high. The lady here is the lady has a 30, so she's not beating you or GOP. The other dude, however, is a 36. So
Cool.
he is going first. So the male Stygian will go first, you and GOP next. The lady Stygian will be after that, and then actually Tommy is let me see. Tommy is after her, and then lady. So as usual. Okay, except for I actually go first this time. How odd. Now this dude, as you can see from his write up, it's super simple, right? He has 3 dice. They're just all 12s. And that's all he's got. He's got nothing else. He's a pure brute, and he's a absolutely devastating one. However, a matter of fact, this is a really radical step up in power level from your previous experience of dealing with minion-esque things. He does also have Demon Skin 8. She has 6, which is something you've dealt with before. He's a little bit more of a threat, which means you cannot damage him unless you have an 8 effect or higher,
What
right?
if I set him on fire?
Uh, well, once again, Demon Skin, fire and all. Yeah.
No.
Demon Skin protects versus everything. So it's just like you've dealt with this armor type thing before. It's just a dice higher than you're used to. This guy's a serious threat, and she's no walk in the park either. Nevertheless, I go first, and I'm going after Tower. My rolls, like I said, are very, very simple. 3d12.
I wonder if I can blow up the car and level the building.
You could. He gets an 18 and a D12 effect.
Shit.
Yeah, no, this guy's no joke. Yeah.
Now I roll.
End up back in the hospital again.
Yep, you roll to counter it.
You have to counter it. Yep.
What am I?
Well, you're
Let's see
doing
what I'm
your
rolling.
defense, so it would be physical because this guy is a brawler. It would be whatever distinction applies. It would be your fighting skill, I would assume. Any specialty you have that would add to defense in your fighting, as
Oh,
well as any signature asset that you think would be useful.
You have a shortcut for defense.
yeah.
It's
Okay.
48 if you want to use your telekinetic shield, which I recommend you put that on for the combat.
Yeah,
So,
I'm gonna do that then. So I'm gonna use it my PowerPoint.
Mm-hmm. Every adventure you start with +1, and then of course whatever tally you have at the time.
you
That
should
means-
have at least 2 with this character because you just started playing with them. So,
Yeah, there should be at least 2 on there. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have 2 right now. So let me see. That means that puts me at 1. So that means I'm literally just rolling 4d8. Okay. Simple enough.
Simple enough.
Nope, that's a d10. Shit.
just
Okay.
cancel it out when it pops up and roll. After.
Motherfucker. Oh
All
my
right. No,
god.
there you go. You rolled it. Yeah, not a good roll. Just joyous
I said
starts. I get a D8 already, and that's a 7. In this case, once again, your effect die being equal to theirs, there's no special thing going on for you, so it's not. It's not. It depends on how badly I hit you, really. But the problem is, he got an 18. I did roll high, and you're not blocking that at all. So
I would
mm, you can contest it
recommend.
and re-roll,
Yeah.
which you should really, really do, or you could just take a PowerPoint and take the hit. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my one other PowerPoint.
Yeah, no. So
No,
just
uh,
contest it. That's fine. It makes me
yeah, you
re-roll
don't.
too, right?
It doesn't cost you anything to
No,
contest.
it's free.
You gain something if you don't contest.
Now, technically, in the game book, it says that this can go back and forth forever. I don't do that. You have one contesting you can do. Very
Broken
simple.
if you
Much
did
better
that.
roll though. So in this
13.
case, you're looking at a 13, so very much nicer. So let me re-roll myself here, and I rolled better. No, I didn't. But I think I still won though. So you got a 14, I got a 16. Now, you do have a PowerPoint left. You could take one of those 8s and add it to your total, and you will win. I have nothing to add. So, or if your character doesn't have any, does your character have any hero dice?
He should have a
Yeah,
bunch from that last game.
I'm gonna
He's
go
got
down.
Yeah,
48.
I would throw a hero dice in on that. Because
Do I?
there's nothing
Hero
I can
dice?
really do. I haven't gained any hero dice in my pool yet. Well, I do have one. I guess I could, but I'm not going to waste it on this. So if you spend a hero dice and don't roll a one, you're good to go.
GOP, what hero dice size do I have?
The biggest one you have is a D8. You've got
Okay.
48 and a D6. So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now, keep in mind to use a hero dice requires a PowerPoint. However,
Fucker.
mm,
you have to spend a PowerPoint to roll that dice. Remember this.
That he had
Uh,
from the PowerPoint.
yeah.
you already rolled it.
I know he
Yeah.
did. Thank you. And no. All right. So this guy charges from the hole in the back wall, charges right up at you, and he looks like he's literally going to headbutt you. But instead, when he gets up, he kind of faints to the side, and he comes in, and he absolutely shreds you from groin to throat. And you are gushing blood, dude. No, let me see. I haven't overstated, so no. Okay. He hits you very hard. You barely jump back, and you catch one hard in the chin. Sorry, that's what happens. And it literally it potentially knock you on your ass. So make another roll versus make a roll again, please.
Oh, and the effect he has because of your telekinetic shield wouldn't be a D12, it'd be a D10.
Oh, good.
So
Okay, good. Thank you. Well, in that case, it wouldn't knock them on. I wouldn't make the roll then. Okay, so no roll. You don't have to roll again. But you do have a D10 stress on you. Okay. And then it is your turn to strike back. So you're not knocked down. We don't have to make the roll. That shield does save that. So awesome. Because I'm kind of doing it. If someone gets a straight up D12 stress shot on you, you're gonna have to make knockbacks and knockdown and things like those kind of rolls. But that didn't happen because you're shield. So Tower, it's your turn to retaliate, sir.
Fuck. GOP, just to make sure, to use my fire blast costs a PowerPoint, right?
It does.
yeah, but
You
if you
don't have
drop
any.
your a D6 for
Yep.
your spellcasting spell down to a D4, you'll get a point from that. So that's basically
All right.
that's how
So,
you. But you can't do the fireball because that would only give you 1 point. So basically, you would spend that 1 point in the action, but you're basically
Yeah.
you can only
You
attack
can.
one of them.
Yeah, you can use your default ability to gain a PowerPoint to use a PowerPoint. Yeah. I mean, wizards are powerful, but they need to be stacked beforehand, right? That makes sense. That actually plays out well. So go ahead and do that. Use that ability and use the PowerPoint it generates to try to hit this thing. Now, keep in mind, I'm not doing resistances or things like that. I mean, I can. But I'm not doing that here. It's just a straight armor. I just call it demon skin. Of course, obviously, why not? So you need to hit him, and you need to make sure that your effect die is at least a D8 to damage him. So go ahead.
So you got 3d12, 2d10, and a
D4.
d4. Yeah.
Okay. Holy shit. Okay. Give me 1 second. I gotta pop those up. So 3D10,
Mm-hmm.
2.
Oh no, 3d12,
Um,
2d10, and a d4.
3D12, 2D10, 1D4.
Nice. Thank you. That's a D12.
Wow.
Appreciate it.
Well, that's still not a terrible roll. I mean, it's a 17 with a d12 effect.
Yeah.
It is a 17 with a D12 effect, so it's not that bad. Let me make my roll. Although you don't have any PowerPoints, you had to use PowerPoint to do that, so you can't add anything. So let me just go ahead and make my roll.
I like how that works. I essentially just hint, like, slightly with
I
myself.
have a 15, which I think you win. So you're able to get through his defenses, and you put a D12 stress on him. Very nice. Now keep in mind, anyone who is attacking the male Stygian gets to add D12 to your roll. If someone else can put another D12 on him, he's out. Now these are not minions, so they're not necessarily death blows, but you can certainly KO him. Anyway, GOP.
All right, I'm gonna blast him. D12, D10, 2D8, 2D6. Okay. 10, 2D8, 2D6. Well, at least it was the one was a D6, but
Oh, joy.
um,
That's PowerPoint
so
for me,
that's
though, is what it is. So I'm happy to have it.
yeah, 17 with the D12 effect.
Okie dokie. And you were attacking him?
Yeah, I'm taking him out of the
Yeah,
fight.
focus fire. Yeah, makes sense. All right. I got a 16, so you win.
All right, and I'm going. Yeah, I'm gonna take him out. Hopefully, unless he's
Well,
got a
you're using the D12 effect, right? Yeah, why not, right? It puts him out. So describe how you KO this guy.
He goes in and he goes in and attacks tower. Tower blasts him, and as he as tower blasts him back, I do a shot right into like the top of the cranium. Like it doesn't kill him, like it doesn't go through the brain, but it rattles him. He's out. You know.
All right, so you shoot him in the head. Sweet.
Yeah.
He's like, "Arr," he tries to struggle, and he just collapses in a pile on the ground. He's out of the combat. Then it is Lady Stygian's turn. And let's see here. I'm going to make
And
this
Tommy,
roll here. Not
where was
you.
Tommy at?
Not you. Yeah, not you. Yeah. Um, I'm talking about this lady, the other lady. Sorry.
Okay.
So that, and then oh, one more. Is that right? One, two, three. Yep, three. Okay. So what I need you to do, she's not physically attacking you, GOP.
Oh,
Uh,
it's mental.
yes. What although I'm spending two of my dice to re-roll that 10,
All right. Let's see what my mental roll would be.
and I did it again. So you get a PowerPoint. God, I wasted two to give you one. Nice. Nevertheless, yeah, she is trying to literally dominate your mind, and she has a 15.
Okay, well, I'm probably gonna end up having to spend some points on this, but okay, let me roll first. So D8, 8, uh, be
Magical, right?
another D8. So it's
So
3D8.
oh,
And I don't think there's anything else I can add to that right now. Well, I can add I mean, it's a mental attack. I'm assuming my telepathy would help me with that. So that would
It
be
would
a.
not.
Really? I thought it
No.
was any sort of.
No.
Okay.
No. Telepathy would not help versus this. She's mind controlling you, sir.
Okay. Well, then that's a 3D8.
Okay.
And put that in. Okay. Bring this up. There we go. Oh, that's not bad
That's the
actually.
same as me. You didn't beat me.
So I'm going to
reroll.
I'm gonna do a hero dice
Hmm.
at a D8. Yeah. So let me roll that. Well, it's enough.
It's enough.
So
And then I use the nice little hero dice just given me by Tower, and I
mhm.
roll it.
All
Damn
right.
it.
It's okay.
And
We're
once
just
again, jest.
Okay. Well, I can do one more then because I don't want to. I really don't want to get taken out of this fight. So I'm going to spend one of my D6s on it. That's my cue that I'm just gonna, you know.
Yeah.
Oh no, well I can contest it though. I haven't really contested, but
Fantastic.
Or take a
yeah,
PowerPoint.
yeah. But if I'm controlled, I don't know what that actually will happen. So I'd rather just contest it than get 1 point.
Okay. Go
Um.
ahead.
All right. Reroll it. Oh, I just cleared it. Why did I do that? I was 3d8. Okay. There's. Oh wow. You know what? Yeah. Just mind control me. I'm cooked. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
try rerolling two
I will
ones.
take
That's
those
ridiculous.
hero dice though. Thank you.
Uh
But
huh.
I do have to roll though, so let me do my thing. So you might get a PowerPoint out of it. No, damn, dude. You do get one
Yeah, I got
PowerPoint
one.
though. You get one.
Okay.
And she definitely dominates you. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So all of a sudden, this is the most sensually beautiful thing you've ever seen in your life. You are so hot for her, dude. You are so hot for her. And you can hear words in your mind, which you're well aware, you're well used to. You are a telepath. And she's whispering just, oh, oh God, she can't wait to get you in bed later. She cannot wait. But she can't possibly take you into ultimate carnal pleasure while that ugly fat wizard is about. He needs to die.
Hmm.
Kill him.
All right. Well, I would
I
assume I'd be doing that on my turn.
No, you are doing it right now, sir.
Oh, okay.
And
Cool.
you get a bonus PowerPoint to use in the shooting.
wait. He's
Oh,
gonna shoot me.
Yes,
fun.
which you
You son
must
of a.
use. So you have a PowerPoint which you must use, and every round you
Okay.
get it.
I got a question.
Hmm.
If he rolls ones to shoot Tower, does Tower get the points
No,
He's gonna fucking kill
for
me, guy.
rolling?
Well, I'm rolling against him. I would
no,
assume,
I
but
am rolling
oh.
is what's happening. I'm just letting GOP do it. So any
Uh,
ones, anything that goes on is benefiting me, not you. Yeah.
okay, so if she rolls one, then Tower gets the points.
No,
What? Why wouldn't he?
because he's not getting any points off of this. Unless he
No, I well,
contests, the normal way you get them. Yeah.
well, yeah. I'm just okay because I'm all right. Whatever. I'm
Obviously,
not gonna.
normal ways it's combat, right? And yeah, but
Yeah.
other ways, no. Go ahead.
All right. D10, 2d8, and 2d6. Okay.
And a
You.
D10 as well. He has a D10 stress on him.
Oh, okay. So 2d10, 2d8, 2d6. I'm sorry, Tower. But I don't hit as hard as you do. So. Oh look, and I don't even roll a one this time around.
Nice. And you do have a PowerPoint, so you're going to add a dice. You don't have to use any of your dice on this, by the way. But you do have to use PowerPoint and by simply adding. So in this case, we're going to end up with a what? A 9, a 12, with a D10, a D10 stress, which is what you need to up it anyway. So yeah, it's not hard. You have to beat a 12. Tower.
Yeah. I have to see what I have
So
to roll quick.
So
you're
he
gonna roll
turns
your
around and
defense.
starts shooting at you. You're new to the team. Maybe there's this. Maybe there's some stress.
Fishing?
Hey, stay away from my lady, you schmuck. And
Exactly.
yeah, and yeah, it's a 48 for you, buddy. That's what
48.
you're gonna
Yeah,
roll.
you need to beat a 12. Not so hard. Not so bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't do anything and modify beyond that. So
Okay. 4d8. You son of a bitch.
Well, you still made it, I think. Yeah, you still made it.
Yep, he definitely made it. But that one does come to me though, which I have room for. So okay, and that's what I meant. It's as if I was in play. Obviously, Tower. If he had lost the role, which he hasn't, he could have contested it or not and picked up a PowerPoint. Seeing as he won the battle anyway, he gets a PowerPoint, right? So the only time you don't get a PowerPoint out of rolling, guys, is if you roll a second time. So, he won the roll. He gets a PowerPoint. You see
Mhm.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So you definitely get your PowerPoint for winning the roll, and not having to roll again. Nevertheless, the shot goes errant and strikes the window of the Ford Focus sitting next to you. Thing was already in bad shape. It was a Ford.
I drove a Ford.
In
What the?
England.
I just,
Oh, they got them. They
A
got them
fort
over
in
there.
England.
Oh no, they've
I
got a
just,
lot of Fords in England. Lots.
Chester. I just bought a brand new Ford. It's being built the 27th.
I'm sorry for
Well,
you.
I would
It's
still say,
that's the Ford Ranger.
for aesthetic
Ford
reasons,
trucks are pretty nice.
Chester,
Yeah.
you should have said it was a Mini.
No, that's too obvious.
I know. Well, that's the point.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, it is Tommy's turn, and
What are you
uh,
turning?
it's Tommy's turn.
Yep, Tommy.
Yeah. Tommy actually starts glowing with rainbow lights and fairy dusts. And he's in some battle of wills with the lady, and he fails. She wins that battle of wills. Lady.
Yes. Several things. I'm telling Paul to start at a certain frequency, which is the frequencies that dogs can hear, and start going up there until I tell him to stop,
Mhm.
which is when I see her start reacting to the
She's
sound.
not going to, but okay.
Oh, anyway,
That's a good idea. It's a good idea. But they don't
is
have a
there
weak. They don't
any
have a
oil or
specific
grease
weakness.
around? But
Uh,
she's not moving right now, though, is she?
no, she's not. She's standing still, and of course, it's a garage. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see if I can hit her to the roof with kinetics.
So you wanted your ability is to grab right now.
Okay, grab.
I do
Yeah,
suggest you spend points in your TK and make it to where you can punch with it or even fly, because these are extensions
I thought it
of
was experience
stunts.
points I gotta do. Well, hang on, let me go look. Beep, 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 beep. I got a list of them down here.
Yeah, well, not now, but I'm just saying that,
But yeah,
you
later.
should
Yeah,
up that. It would make you much more effective in combat if you can actually just
right.
lay out damage, because all you can do now is grapple and squeeze. So it's not useless. It's quite useful. But it'd be nice if you could
Can I
actually be,
can I
you know,
grapple and squeeze at certain places?
um, it wouldn't matter mechanically, but cinematically, sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, cinematically, it's gonna be ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, let's see. Using my Umbral, using my Prime, which is Kinetics, which is the Psych. Why do I always forget? I know that's the highest one. That's a 10. Oh, hang on. Umbral's 10. That's 10.
You should have like a quick calculated thing that says
Yeah, I'm looking
telekinetic
at it.
grapple. It should be already there. You shouldn't have to do
Oh,
any
well,
calculation. Just
because I just
there's
got
my
that
dice,
last
roll it.
game. That's why it's not in there.
Okay.
Grapple. It's part of fighting,
N- n-
right?
Well,
Yes,
I
no.
would probably think that your occult is higher than your fighting. I would probably use
Yeah,
that.
or occult, which is a D8, then 2D10, 1D8. Does that sound right?
I
There's
don't
my
know.
Yeah.
Prime.
No. Okay, so you should have your mental ability and whatever distinction is mental oriented.
I did
So
create her sheet, didn't I?
I can't
Yeah.
open it now.
And then your occult, whatever that is. And
Which
then
is
you
8.
should also add your dice for your whatever number is connected to your telekinetics if you're going to be using it. So you should have at least 4 dice.
Okay. Yeah. All right. 2 10s and 2 8s. Here we go.
All right.
Damn. So 14 with an effect die of 10.
10.
Yeah.
All right. And Chester, you got a D8.
Yeah, no, I'm just bringing up her sheet, dude. I'm bringing up her sheet.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. I tried to. I saved it last week, but now it's won't open.
Okay,
I
here
was
it
going to ask
is.
you at the end of the game to send it back to me.
Yeah, I got it in front of me now, so I can take a look at it. But
Okay.
anyway, where was I? Got to break. I got to open all my files. Sweet.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Oh, she rolled a 14 and did a
Yeah.
D10
I'm gonna get
effect.
to it in a second. Let me get myself back where I was. Hold on a second. Okay. And then let me bring this back up, and then let me bring my dice. Okay, so this is me. Okay, good. Okay, I'm where I should be. That's not what I wanted. Damn it.
Oh, I thought it pop up for like a second. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't think I can have them both open at the same time. Sorry. Alrighty.
Okay.
Anyway, so let me get back over there.
Just send her a copy of the,
Yeah, I'll
or
do
just
it. I'll
send her
do it
the
in a
image.
minute. I'll do it in a minute. All right. So I'm completely forgot what I was doing. All right. So you're trying to grapple her, right? Okay. So let me go ahead
Ahead.
and what do we get for a die here? Not bad. I get it. I get a D8, but not bad. That's a pretty good roll.
Mm-hmm.
14.
She's doing
Um.
a damage. Yeah.
So I am doing.
Resistance.
So I would that wouldn't be added, but these would be. So 2D10 and D8. So sweet. Alrighty, and I got a 13. So that's not enough. And I could spend a PowerPoint, I suppose, to add a dice, but I'm not going to. I'm going to save them. I've already spent quite a bit this battle already. So you get a hold of her.
And you did a D10 effect to her because she said she was doing squeezing her head, so doing damage.
Well, that's fine. The stress die is a D10. That's I can see that. Alrighty. So back to the top, GOP.
Okay. I'm going before tower. All right. Um. I
Fuck.
will. I
Oh, I'm
will.
sorry. Tower. Go ahead. I did start with you. Go ahead, Tower.
We are. I mean. Okay. Yeah. I guess
No,
we.
no,
Alright, so
you're going at the same time. But I did start with him. Go ahead.
am I trying to attack the wizard bitch, or am I trying to disable GOP?
I don't
I
know.
would.
I have no
It's up
Which
to
idea.
are you
What are
you.
doing?
you doing?
That's your choice.
I know that the Stygian lady is certainly a threat. But you've insulted his lady, Tower, and he will not have it, sir. Have at thee.
Well, your
Um,
character is smart and maybe smart enough. Oh, I hope so, to realize what's going on. But we'll see.
I personally
It's up
think
yeah.
to
you should
you.
kill GOP. I think that's the target.
Yeah. Right. Let's ignore the
Oh,
person who brainwashes.
I can one up killing GOP if
Mm-hmm.
you allow me to do it.
No, dude, just do
It,
whatever you're gonna do. It's your turn.
I'll
Get at it.
use my magical ability to make all of the guns in his gun simultaneously explode. Not
No,
as
of
a
course you
combat,
can't. Of course you
but
can't. Of course you can't.
why?
Because it's
that's
combat.
not a cantrip.
It's
Yes,
not a
It's
that's.
cantrip. It's way too
fuck.
sophisticated.
It's got to be simple and not
Simple.
super over. Is a,
Um,
Like something you could do in
if I,
combat is something that GOP did last week with a cantrip. He listened, and it was useful in combat. That's a cantrip. You can do that. in as far as a combat-based cantrip.
Can I
Yeah,
use a cult to telepathically tell GOP that his lady is ugly as fuck and that she's manipulating him?
you don't have
That's
telepathy.
Yeah, but I have a cult. There's
What
no
is
wizard.
what does that mean? And what does that mean? A
Yeah, I
cult
know wizard
a cult
stuff.
is knowledge. Just because I have the knowledge of Superman, does that make me be able to use the abilities of Superman?
Maybe it depends on just how big
What
brain
a
you
world
are.
we would live in. Boy, we'd all be dead. Um,
yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Um,
No, you can't do that.
Not you, because you'd be Superman.
Although, to be fair, with a successful cantrip roll of your magic, I would allow basic communicative telepathy. Yeah,
I want to do that because I don't have many options here. Because I
you
don't
have
think I
an
can.
option. Kill the woman.
I
Hmm.
don't think I can kill her in one go, though.
Well,
It doesn't matter.
she's got a
Enter.
Fine.
D10 stress on her. You get to add that to the roll. Attack.
Oh, she
Focus your
already
attack, dude.
has it. Okay, I'm
Hmm.
gonna do that then. Yeah, I'm going to fireball the fuck out of Wizard Lady.
Yeah, that's the move. And remember, on the dice roll, add a D10 because lady has put a D10 stress on her.
Okay, so 3d12, 2d10, or 3d10, 3d10, 3d12, and a d4. I'm pulling up the dice app. Okay. I say 3 or 4.
It's
Each.
3d12, 3d10, and a d4.
Yeah, okay. This
Nice. Good for
fucker.
me. A 10 and a little old 4. Don't get those much. Oh, it's so cute. Okay.
Hmm.
However, we are looking at we're looking at a
16.
16 with a D12 stress. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, and so let me make my roll. Her roll on this, I am stepping because she is grappled. I'm stepping down her physical by 2. So that's going to put her at a D6 for that. But everything else is fully applicable. Um, and then that one there. All right. So she's rather weakened. Good job, lady.
Ooh, and you get
You
a.
get a D10. Excuse me. You get a PowerPoint.
And you should get a. What's the effect die on that one? Because you did 16 and you got a 7, so that would
There
be.
is. It would be a 4 on my side, so it doesn't matter. I have failed, and you put a D12 stress on her, so she's near out. She's near out. GOP, you're going at exactly the same time. So this bastard is literally trying to burn your princess.
Well, I
You
was
can
saying that he
just
got a hero dice.
imagine the sensual touch of her skin. Oh my God, dude.
Oh yeah, no, nobody messes with my woman.
Hmm.
But
I'm gonna
I'm
rip
just.
it off.
Is that it? Is he going to get a D6 hero dice or D8?
He's not.
Because it would get a.
Oh, hero dice. Oh, sorry. The hero
Yeah.
dice he gets is the highest of my roll, and therefore, in that case, it was a 10. So he gets a 10 hero dice and a PowerPoint.
Okay. 10 hero dice. All right. Just remember you got
Yeah, I'm writing it down.
It is
that. All
always like
right.
that, guys.
So,
When you well, that's one of the reasons I put these sheets up so you can see it. Some DMs would hide this, and sometimes I would hide it. But in this game, I think it's useful to see it because whatever my highest die is, that's what you get for hero dice. By the way, so
okay. So
yeah,
he is going to take. I'm going to give him. Pull this up again.
you
2d10,
get a
2d because
PowerPoint
he
you
had a
must
d10.
spend, right?
Yeah, no. So he had a d10 effect on him, right? So 2d10,
Yeah, he's got a
2d8, and
D10
2d.
stress on him. Yeah,
Okay. 2d10, 2d8, 2d6. Go. No money, all whammies. Come on.
no, there's money here. All right. This does generate a PowerPoint for Tower. Tower, take a PowerPoint. and you're looking at a 15. You will spend that PowerPoint to add the six-sider, so it is a 14 out of 15. Sorry, it's a 15 D10 effect tower.
So I
Oh
got
wait,
So you got to beat a
wait, hold
15,
on.
14. Sorry.
Well, but he's using both his D10s in that number.
No, I'm not.
So
I'm using the D6 4. So I'm using a D10, a D8, or is that a D? Is that a D8?
oh,
No, it's a D10. Yeah.
9 and
So
oh, that's a 14. Yeah, okay,
14,
I'm sorry, I was
14
looking at the wrong
D10
one.
effect. Yeah, 14.
Yeah,
So
yeah, my
go ahead
bad.
and make your roll tower and try to get a 15 or higher.
I'm rolling my 2d10s, right? And what else?
For
I
your
don't know.
defense,
It should be written down, tower, on a piece of paper sitting in front of you.
your defense is still a 48.
Okay.
Does he not written out a character sheet on paper that's sitting in front of him?
I have
I
a
don't
piece of
know.
paper with some writing on it, some
Oh
shortcuts.
my God, dude. Well, you fail, and I pick up an eight-sider. Which I'll just take one of the eight-siders. No, I won't. I'll take an eight-sider. I got
Well,
plenty of those.
yeah,
I get a PowerPoint, but you would probably want to contest that, I would assume.
a contest, or I mean, you can add a hero dice too, but I mean, I would say probably contest.
Yeah, I would
They-
contest it. Yeah. There it is. Alrighty. So go ahead and make your
Oh,
roll
that's a lot
again.
better.
That is a lot better. It's a
All right,
16.
rolling. Oh, another one for you.
Yep. So pick up another PowerPoint, and you got yourself a 15. We are adding dice every time you roll. So yeah, he fails.
All right. Well, unless you want to add a hero dice, which at
Yeah,
this point might not be a bad idea.
right. Because right now your stress goes to a D12, which causes trauma. Anytime you guys get a D12 put on you, it starts a trauma pool.
Oh, I
Right?
thought it was after you go
No,
beyond
I
D12.
reread it. I was wrong. Every time you hit a D12, it starts it. If you're already KO'd because of the D12 and you take more, well, it just adds to it, right?
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah. So, and right
Yeah.
now,
Well, then I
and
would.
that would be just a D4. So it would be the beginning of trauma
Okay, so it's a 15
or a
plus 6. So yeah.
D6. No, it's a D. I think it's a D6. Sorry. Anyway,
All right.
tower.
Yeah.
I'd roll a hero dice. Really, you should. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's my hero
Um,
dice that I had was a
Because
D10.
this is
you
a
just picked up a
18.
D10.
You have a 16, so you need a 3 or better. 3 or better.
Roll
So you,
D10.
or you could do a D8 or a D6. Up to you.
And wow. Alrighty. Alrighty
Do
then.
you have any other
Oh,
PowerPoints? Because I
take
would
this.
say
I
re-roll
do
Yeah.
that.
not think he does, dude. No, well, he
Right?
does. He's picked
No?
up a few. If you
Yeah, he
have,
has picked up a few.
yeah, spend 2 PowerPoints and reroll.
Okay, that puts me back down to 0 PowerPoints.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
you
but this is not a good situation, dude.
Yeah, I know. Fuck, I'm re-rolling that D10, right? Yeah,
yeah,
or no?
re-roll the D10.
Yeah, okay. Fuck me.
That's better. Okay. So
A
he
Okay.
bit
should
better,
be.
and that's enough. So you're able to dodge, but it just the bullet almost skins your cheek though. It was really close, dude. Really, really close. All right, my turn. I'm going to. This is expensive, but I'm going to spend my 3d10. Whew, that is expensive. But you guys have been so friendly, so you know I
Mhm.
have them to spend. I spend my
Do
3d10
it.
from my Doom pool, and I allows me multiple target. So I still have GOP, and now I'm going to have Lady. Maybe Lady. You hear a voice in your head. We could be the best of friends. Don't you want to go out and we could talk computers all night? And boys.
Your weakness.
Yes, computers and boys. So she's going to make her roll. So let me see here. That's 1, 2, 3. Right? Right. Okay. So here is my roll. Yes.
1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
No. It is a 15.
13 with the, or was it all together, or it
Oh,
would be
13.
13 with
Sorry,
the
13. Sorry. Yeah, yeah.
D10
13.
effect?
I
Yeah.
just was thinking it was an 8. 15. 13.
13.
So you need a
Okay.
14 or
So,
higher on a mental resistance. So this is your mental. Whatever distinction gives you probably occult is probably that one. And more than likely your occult skill, unless you have something else that's more applicable. Any specializations or assets you might have, which I don't think you do. So mental, distinction, and occult. Umbral, distinction, and occult. So it's probably like
okay. If
888 or
I'm
something
going
like
to
that.
use a hero point, hero
No, don't do
die.
anything yet.
No,
Well,
roll
Just
first.
roll the dice
okay. I'm
first,
trying to make.
please. Yes.
Yeah,
No, that's
because you might not need it.
You might not need it. Yeah.
Okay. So this is my primary, my distinction, my cult.
And that's it. So roll those 3
Is
dice.
this 3 dice? I thought it was 4.
No, I think in this case for you it's 3. Yeah.
Not for mental in this
Nah, for
particular
mental,
case.
yeah, I think it's 3. Yeah. So your mental, your umbral distinction, and your occult. And you rolled 4 dice. I have no idea why.
Okay, sorry. Let me go redo it.
You are supposed to roll 4 dice, but one of them should be a D10 because of her stress.
Oh, well, that
Okay.
actually worked.
Right,
Well,
that's
no, she should have rolled 3d10 and 1d8 then.
right.
Yes.
Okay,
So
just
re-roll,
re-roll.
please.
3d10 and 1d8.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
2,
Yes.
3.
All right. So let's see what we got here. We got ourselves a 15 and a D10 effect, which is nice. And that beats her. So, I am going to roll a hero dice.
Fuck, dude. Just
This will be your last one, right?
Nope.
God damn it.
He's probably got a ton.
Yep.
Well, lady, do you have a
my
hero
13
dice?
goes to an 18.
Of course I have a hero dice.
Just put me out of my fucking misery already.
You're still all right.
Okay, I
you
only
only
get to
need
roll
10.
the hero dice I have.
Well, hold on a second.
I
Let
have
me.
to
Am I
spend a
screwing up here? Hold
PowerPoint
on a second.
too.
Hold on a second.
That weird?
I am screwing up, aren't I? I am screwing up. Okay, I didn't roll that dice. Because I have a 13. You have a 10.
Oh,
And then, right? Yeah, you have a 10. So what am I doing? I'm an idiot. Sorry. I win.
I don't know.
So what are you gonna do?
Okay. You should probably.
How is it that I have a 10?
No, because you have two. I wasn't even looking. So you have 2 5s with a D10 effect.
Right.
So
So
it's
that's a
only a 10.
10. Now you can, because you just rolled, you can spend power points to add stuff. It's not going to be enough because it only tie if you add 1 dice. It's only going to
Or
tie it. But you could spend a power point to add the 3 to it, tying it, and then roll a hero dice. You could do that.
or you can contest it because this is your first
Or
roll.
just contest it. Yeah, that's true.
Contestant will cost me nothing.
That's
and I
right.
can go
Well,
back
you
and
won't get a power point. So,
that'll work. Okay, so
all
I'm
right. So
rolling
roll again.
3 10-siders and 1 8-sider.
Yep, same thing. You can just click the little re-roll button right there.
Now I'm gonna get some dice. Damn it!
Okay. So once again,
another
more
one.
love for the GM. I
It's
appreciate
an
it.
8-sider.
I appreciate it. So much better
Well,
roll though. Well, not much better. 1 point better. That's an 11 with a D10, which is good. So let me re-roll mine.
It's a D8. Oh no, never mind. That's
Oh! Oh!
Okay.
Wow! Well, you get 2 points, lady.
No, she doesn't.
Well, no, she would get 2
No, she doesn't,
2.
because I'm spending a shitload of power points. I'm re-rolling those 2 D8s. Those the
Well,
2
you
D10s.
still.
Sorry. No,
You
I'm
still she still
re-rolling them. No, she doesn't. Just like you, I'm re-rolling it, right? If
okay.
you
Well,
re-roll something, I don't take those dice from you. Okay.
okay. Well, I'm pretty sure that in the past I've re-rolled
Well,
dice that.
I
Okay, never
do
mind.
not. No. If you re-roll, I do not take any dice for that. I don't do that.
Okay.
12, 13, 14, 15. I got a 15. Excuse me. No, I have a 12 with a D8 kicker, which beats your 11. So what do you want to do?
if it's
Now
1
I
point difference,
Now you can spend hero dice if you want to beat me.
yeah. Well, no, then we can start all over again too.
No,
well,
you
no, this is
can't.
the
Is
second.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can't contest.
only
Yeah,
choice
okay.
you have is spending hero dice.
Here comes my 1 hero dice. Bye bye.
It's not bad
Almost a
though.
10.
It's a
Yeah,
6, so that's
that's
not
enough.
bad. That brings you up to that's a 12. That's an 18. I'm looking at a 11. So I will roll hero dice myself.
All right. This is the moment.
Okay,
Of,
that brings me
yeah.
up to an 18 right there with 1 dice.
I have
All right.
Nice. I did
beat you,
spend that
not
pool
tie you.
pretty harshly though. But anyway, so I win. Do you have any way of getting around that? I don't think so. No.
Nope, unless
Okay.
power
All
would
right.
So she has control of your mind now, and she would make the best friend ever, lady. I mean, the best friend ever, right? And that mean old stupid wizard needs to be dealt with.
You fucks. God
So,
damn it.
you will attack him to the best of your ability, which means releasing her, by the way. Because why are you holding her? Oh my God, oh my God. So you're going to release her and you're going to attack him, and you have a PowerPoint which you must spend to get his ass. So go at it, lady.
Okay. Let's see. What would I do?
And I
Take
thought
my
he
gun
was
out.
going to be the trouble for you. Huh.
Take my gun out and start shooting him. Yeah. Okay.
Stop.
Okay.
Or you can TK him. I mean, how do you he needs to be dealt with, lady. Seriously dealt with.
All I can do is grapple him and
All
do
right, well then
damage
shoot his
that
ass
way.
then. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
No, I'll use, since that was what I was using on her.
Yeah, spend your point. Spend your point
Well, no, let
to
her roll
grapple
the dice
or
first.
to smash him. Yeah.
Make your attack,
Yeah.
please.
Well,
1,
she would have to
2,
spend a point to use her telekinesis
Oh,
because
fair
it's a
enough.
power.
Okay. So spend your ability
yeah.
point to use your TK. Remember, add a D10 to the roll because Tower is sitting on a D10 stress.
Okay.
Oh my God. Fuck
Clear.
me.
Well, that's the point. That's
Success.
Dude, I had to spend
Dot,
3D10 to split targets, dude. That's expensive.
You have 3 people fucking me in the ass right now.
Well,
all right.
technically.
Wow.
Although Tower, you do get a PowerPoint, so take it. And she rolled a 13. So go ahead. You have to beat a 13. You
I gotta
write down your PowerPoint though. You do get that.
Yeah.
I'm probably squeezing his testicles.
I'm sure you
What?
are. I know you are. Yes.
Fuck.
Wow.
Yeah.
Although
Okay.
the lady didn't, the lady Stygian didn't make those kind of whispers in your ear. She sees you like
Oh,
boys. She
yeah.
didn't
So
try
I'll
to
just
do she didn't try to do
crushing.
that
Okay.
same thing she's doing with
Mhm.
GOP. Tower, waiting for a roll, dude.
Yeah, 3 fucking cat.
4d8. Like
38. Yep, 48. Do circus. Do.
Okay.
That should be all one.
wow.
Wow. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I was getting
Well,
low. I was getting low.
Just
I was getting low.
spend
How
a
many-
point and re-roll one of those. Or well, you don't really have
Spend
to. You
2
can
points
contest it.
and re-roll one of those.
I don't have 2
Well,
points.
then you don't get to do that.
Yeah, I would say contest it.
Can I? Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
don't want
can
to.
contest it. Go ahead. Okay. Lady, please
Oh, no.
re-roll. Oh, thank you. God, it's just joyous love for me today. Joyous love.
It's so bad.
It's
Okay.
so bad. Lady, roll your dice, please. I'll
What am
do
I
it.
rolling again? I'm
No,
sorry.
don't worry. No, I got it. I got you. Okay.
3D.
You do get a
Nice.
PowerPoint though, Tower. You do get a PowerPoint. And she wastes you, dude. But you do pick up a PowerPoint. You now are sitting on a D12 stress, and you take a point of trauma. So write down the trauma. I'm pretty sure it's D6. So you have a D6 of trauma. Just write that down on a scratch piece of paper. D6 trauma. She has cracked a rib.
Ooh.
And it's kerosene the lungs now.
Well,
Going toward the heart.
next round. Yeah.
These big
Oh wait,
hurt.
the dude. Oh no, she went on the one
This is
lady's.
in
Or,
addition. You have a D12
yeah, yeah, yeah.
stress and a
These are my
D6
telekinetic
trauma
shield.
dice.
So wait. I have my telekinetic shield. So doesn't that benefit me?
But it's still
That's
the
weird.
stress stacks. It does stack. So
Yeah.
it does bring us up to where we are. Yeah. And underneath that D6 trauma, right next to it, broken rib.
Okay.
Just write that down because we can heal that out of combat and stuff. But we need to know what the numbers are so we can make the rolls. All right.
Okay.
Well, shit. Back to the
Yeah.
top. Tower, you need to deal with this woman, dude.
That was her turn, so I don't get a turn.
No, you
No,
don't.
no, it would
No, you're done. You're out.
it would
You
be
do what
the
I.
other dude. You forgot the other guy.
The other died.
No,
No,
he
I
was.
haven't. I haven't
He's
forgotten yet.
controlling 3 people here now.
It's his turn. That's what I meant. It's my turn. Yeah. Now Taylor. He just going to try to break her hold. I don't know what he could do. He's not your level.
She's on a D12 stress right now.
No, she's not. She's on a D10.
I was positive he hit her again put her a D12.
I don't
Or-
think so.
I'm gonna fire that fuck out of it.
I don't
Okay.
think so.
Holy
Yeah.
shit, Chester!
It's
Look at that in
not
the roll.
your turn yet. It's not
Yep.
your
What are you?
turn. Yeah, it is
Nope,
really not your
it's
turn.
the one dude's turn.
So we'll get back to you. That's fine. Fine. She's sitting in her D12 stress. I don't think that we've been playing that. She just rolled a 10 as her stress die, not a 12. So I don't know why you'd say that.
Well, okay, well then that's fine. I thought because I thought he hit her again
No.
and not.
No,
But
only
okay.
person that's done anything to her at all is Lady.
Okay, never mind then. It is good
But
choice.
Taylor, well, I'll try. He's just got to shoot her. Okay, so and he does have he does have a few dice in this. So he's going to try. And he puts a shot out and gives me a 1. Thank you, sir. He's got an 11, and I need to make my roll, which would be my standard roll. So that is,
You said she
although
had a
that's
D10.
reduced, that is a D6 now. So because no, she's not held anymore, so it's not a D6.
No, but she had a D10 effect because she was hurt for D10.
Oh
So
no,
he
you're
should
right.
have added.
You're right.
that.
You're right. You're right. Let me do that. Yeah, stress dice. It does not improve things. And then her resistance here.
Well, it's a D10 effect now, so she has 11 to hit with a D10 effect.
Okay, and she's way high for it. Yeah, he's not really here to be a combat assistant. I'm sorry. He's only got very basic. They're not bad. He is specialized in guns, so or has a signature item gun, one way or the other. But he's kind of just a normal agent. Anyway, he's of no use now. Tower, you must deal with her.
Can I use the fucking roll that I used last time, thinking it was my turn?
No. Of course not.
No, just roll.
Yeah, man.
Now, do add a D10 to the roll, though, because she is stressed.
I know, but I'm just watch this roll. GOP be all fucking ones. I guarantee it.
Probably.
They are not. It's not a bad roll at all.
Oh, that's really good. It's 20 with the D12 effect.
Yep, a 20 with a D12 effect. Matter of fact, I don't even know if I can. I don't know if I
It
can
didn't
beat
even
that.
show my screen, so I have no idea what
What
I
were you
rolled.
doing? You pulled out the magic wand and go take this bitch.
I think
Basically.
so.
Oh
So
no!
let
I
me see.
walk down, I pull my fist out like fucking Naruto, and I say, "Fireball!"
Yes, she does not beat you, and I'm not going to spend the dice I have to try to get out of it. So you do hit her, and you bring her up to a D12 stress level now, and she takes a trauma. What kind of trauma would you like her to have?
I want this
Superficial.
bitch to be on fire.
That's not going to. This is a Stygian demon, dude. Please, please focus.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not. Hurt
In
them.
that case, I hit her so hard that her fucking horns fall off.
So you crack a horn. Okay, that's fine.
Oh no!
Uh,
I completely shear it off.
no, you have not done that level of trauma yet. It is superficial
Yeah.
trauma. Although you do crack a horn, that is absolutely fine. And now the more important thing is that other than her having a D12 stress on, she loses control of one of because she's multitasking right now, and she can't normally do that. I had to spend 3d10 to do that, so this is going to disrupt her and therefore force me to drop one. I'm not going to choose. I'm going to let the dice decide. 1 and 2 is a GOP, and 3 and 4 is lady.
What about? Oh, that's right. Tommy's not there.
Oh, lady's
Lady.
free.
So it is GOP's turn. GOP, this bastard.
hmm Now I can't spend a hero dice, or not a hero dice, a point to try and shake myself free of this, can I? Would that work?
No, you are done. Yeah, you guys are absolutely well.
Okay.
You are. She's free. You can't get her out from under this domination. Not right now, anyway.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well then, sorry,
Just
Tower.
just so you know, you have 2 rounds before you get that roll. 2 more rounds before you get that roll. You do get a roll, but it's in 2 rounds.
Oh, I do. Okay. So now Tower has a D12 effect on him, right? So I would
He
roll a
does, and he needs
D12.
myrtleating. This guy is ridiculously. He just
I
cracked
know.
your beauty's
He
horn.
just keeps messing with my lady. He
Mhm.
won't stop. You can't talk with the guy. 12, 10, 2d8, 2d6. Okay. Alright. 12, 10, 2d8, and 2d6. Here we go. Sorry if I kill you, Tower.
Yep. Well, he is on a D12.
Oof.
Oof. You do pick up a PowerPoint tower. You do pick one up, but that is a 17, brother. Although we do
Oof.
need to stress
Oh,
that
no!
over. No, we need to rethink that because you need to stress
Yeah.
that 12. So it's an 8, a 12, and the PowerPoint would bring in the 3. So it's a 15 tower. 15, 15. The show? That's right? Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yep, that's good.
Yeah. Now, the D12 needs to be there to take him out. So,
Mhm.
Okay,
and
I
you are
believe I need
intent on taking him out.
40 d8s
You
again.
you need a 16 or higher.
Yeah, 48.
48. Fuck me.
This turned out an interesting comment, actually. I don't think I get anything. So that
I'm
right there is a 12. Not enough. Do you have any PowerPoints left? I just gave you one. So
yeah.
Mhm.
you could add a 15. Not enough. How many PowerPoints you got?
I think I got 2. Yeah, I got 2.
Do you have to, or do you think you have to?
I do, in fact, have 2.
Oh, sweet. Do you have any hero dice?
I have fuck here because GOP has had the list that had my other hero
Yeah.
points. Oh yeah, I have
I think you've spent some. Keep in mind.
I used the one that you gave me, so I still have 4 d8 and a d6.
All right,
No,
fine.
it's opposite
I
way
yeah,
around.
yeah. You know what might be helpful, GOP, because you guys are near each other, to have one of those game nights and have Tower come over, sit down with him and play the most basic 5e, just little combat session. That's the most basic thing you could think of, and teach him how to monitor his statistics, his resources
Mhm.
on a
All
sheet,
right.
how you write it down, how we do, right? Just, because he doesn't have experience with it, fair enough, right? So just, if you have a chance on one of those game nights you do, just, sit down with him and show how we do that. If you wouldn't mind, that would be helpful.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, the easiest solution here is to spend 2 PowerPoints and you're good. I mean, really, that's the easiest solution.
I spent 2 PowerPoints.
Okay.
Okay.
Because the effect die on the back end doesn't matter because all you're trying to do is not die. Right.
Mm.
So once again, the bullet whizzes past your head, misses. GOP is completely ineffective. You should be mutilating her. It is now my turn with her. I don't have the dice to do that again. She's so I can't do that. Hmm. All right. Well, I'm going to spend these 2 8-siders then. GOP, you're really
Yeah.
mad. Matter of fact,
Oh,
you're
I'm
so
mad.
mad that you just get a whole nother round. Go.
Oh. All right. Let's
I mean,
do
it's
it
all I can
again.
do. It's all I can do, really. So
All right. Let's go again. And I already got rid of the stuff that was up. So let
I've
me
been
bring
burning
it.
Doompool like crazy, dude.
12, 10, D8, D8. Okay.
It's right there. You can just re-roll it.
Yeah. No, I accidentally clicked it off because I skip ahead. All right. Here we go. Oh. Well, actually, the 12 doesn't matter because it has to be
We have to
used.
do like this. So first of all, you do pick up another PowerPoint tower. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you're looking at a 13, 14, 15, 16. A 16, sir. 16. Tower. You need to roll your dice
Yeah.
again. Roll your dice again. Just click
On
the
my
re-roll
defense,
right here on the page. Just click it. Re-roll.
on the way back to the page.
Just as a reminder, this is what we're fighting here. So not a bad roll,
Well,
but not enough. Because you are looking at there's a 13, 14, 15, 16, right? And that right there is a 13. So if you have a PowerPoint, which I just gave you one, you can make that a 17 and be done. So spend a
Yeah.
PowerPoint and you're good. So alrighty then. This brings us down to Taylor.
Tommy. Taylor,
Thomas.
yeah.
Tommy here. I mean, all I can really do with him is just do what I've been doing. It's not very much.
all he has to do is hit her once. She's got a
Yeah,
D12.
I know. But and he does get to add a D12 to that. So let me go ahead and just try. So 2d8, a 2d6, and a d12. So let me go ahead and make the roll. He takes another crack shot at her.
Oh
He
my god!
gives me a 12-sider, which I appreciate greatly. That's why I try not to roll NPC stuff very often, but I kind of in a tough situation. Gives an 8-sider as well. So yeah, he's useless.
He's gonna
Lady,
have to re-roll, contest it.
no, NPCs don't do that.
Oh,
Lady, go ahead.
what should I do? What should I do? What
I
should
don't
I do?
know, but you need to, now if you
Shoot
can
her or
grapple
Shoot her
her
off.
or
crush
shoot
her.
her, whichever is stronger, lady, you do get add a d12 to the roll. And if you can get through it either way, she is down.
D12.
I had no
Crush
idea
her.
this fight was going to go like this, GOP.
You were the one who wanted something a bit tougher.
Yeah,
But yeah, I did. I didn't think we would take the one guy out so quickly in herd. But then
uh,
again,
You
I
figure
wasn't
he'd be the
brainwashed.
toughest. You figure he'd be the toughest one, huh?
I
Well, we
did.
focused fire
I
on
did.
him. Right.
And
So
you
we
did
got
focus fire on him.
mental
Yeah.
10
Oh,
let me- for the crushing. Okay, then at the 8 for the kinetics. Here we go. Cross your fingers, folks. We're rolling.
like I said, I'm just getting fucked in a
Oh,
non-consensual way at this point.
It just
it's okay.
inadvertently that way. All
Well,
right.
that's
So
actually pretty good.
this is
No,
actually
because
pretty
normally
good.
we get fucked.
So,
So.
lady, that is a 21. No, we need that. So, sorry, that
I mean,
is a
17
17. Do you have
for
a
the D12.
PowerPoint, lady?
Yes.
You might want to spend one and put that 7 on top of it. I would. That would be
Yep.
24.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd spend that PowerPoint. All right, so let me go ahead and make her roll. I think you guys got her.
I think you owe me some ones.
I think you guys got her though.
I just want to not die.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because 24, I don't know if I can't even get that. I got some PowerPoints, but I probably should save a few. No, not even close. All right, so lady, you finally dropped this bitch. How do you describe how you do it with because you're using your gun, you're shooting at her, right? So how do you take her out?
Oh no, that was kinetic crush again.
Oh, you're just crushing
Because
her. Okay.
my gun
Um,
plays lower than that.
and that puts
so
Yeah.
you should get.
that puts another step of trauma on her as well. She has D8 trauma right now.
I thought
So
she was a D10. When did she go
no,
down?
trauma and stress are different.
Okay.
They're separate things. So let me worry about the trauma on the
Okay.
it's okay. Don't worry
All
about it.
right. All right.
But you crack a few ribs, you crack a jaw, and she
Yeah,
just
I
goes
tell her,
out.
just like, hands
I
spread
would,
out, call her bitch.
And
lady, I would also like. Sorry.
no, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
I would just like to point out you got two, I believe, D10s then for hero dice, right?
In this
No more
case,
hero
yeah,
dice.
D10. Yeah, yeah.
So
Oh,
you got
okay.
two
See,
D10s.
I don't understand that part of it.
You
So I
get
did get a
two
D10.
10-sider hero dice. Write those down. For every
Okay.
5 that you're above her roll, you get a hero dice of their higher die. If that's how it works. Anyway, she drops. You have two Stygian, really tough Stygian demons on the ground. Now, you guys don't have experience. Unfortunately, Tommy, he's not a full-on combatant. He's just a normal agent. He wasn't very useful, unfortunately. But you haven't really had any direct contact with Stygians. You saw their boss, but you didn't fight him,
Yeah.
right? But you've seen some that have been dealt with in Boston, and they're just kind of street toughs, really, right? You've never seen anything like that. I mean, Jesus, that was wicked, dude. This guy was brutally powerful when he came running up to take out Tower. Even though he got nerfed instantly, he literally just kind of touched a car as he went by, and it flew across the room. This guy is ridiculously powerful, right? And she was an absolute bear. Nevertheless, they are down. Everyone gets 3 experience points for that.
Are they down or are they dead?
No,
They're
they're
down.
not dead. They are down. She's in much worse shape than him. He just got kind of, sucker punched, really. But
Yeah.
no, she's damaged. She has her horn is cracked, a piece of it's off. Her jaw and ribs are broken. She is half dead.
Okay, well, I'm going to go over there and I'm going to kill her. I'm going to finish her.
You are
We're
so
supposed to.
wounded. You're laying on the ground
You,
bleeding.
that's right. You
Yeah,
are
you're,
badly damaged. You're catching your breath, and besides, you
I
were
need to go
told
over there and stop the blood for he
You
won't
were
die on us.
That's right. You need to go put some first aid on him. But you were told, Tower, that they need them alive.
mhm.
That's the whole point. And you're an old wizard who is
I'm
wise.
gonna.
Paul is calling the agency here. Tell him we got 2 officers are down.
No,
We
you
got
don't
2
do
surgeons.
anything. You're in London, lady. What the hell would you do?
Well,
Why would
no,
you do
calling your
that?
office here.
No, you do not. Why would you be so brazen? Tommy's right here. He's already on the phone.
Oh, Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
he didn't take any damage though, did he?
Picked up the part
No,
of her
because he
horn.
wasn't. He was no threat. They were dealing with you guys who were a threat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
lady,
going to pick.
you're not in your jurisdiction. You are in. You're a
Okay,
guest
I can't
here.
remember, please. It's instinct. Call for backup.
Hey, can I?
What if you don't say
Can I
that?
pick up the part of her horn that I cut off?
You
No,
have
you
not.
are on the ground unconscious.
All
No,
right.
he's not.
Let's.
He's not been taken out. He could move if he wanted to, but you guys are not letting me finish my breath. Right, but that's okay. Tower is badly hurt, but he is going over to grab a horn or kill her. Lady is frantically trying to contact an office she doesn't even have information for, but I'm sure she could find it in 5 seconds. Tommy is actually on the horn doing his job, and GOP is
I look around. I'm like, man, I just had the weirdest dream. What happened?
yeah, that's true. She had you the whole time,
Yeah.
and then. You guys are just, it's been literally seconds after it drops, after she drops, and everything I just said is happening. Walking through the hole in the back, you see this.
Of course.
Oh, and it's round 2.
No.
We're all gonna die.
Malik
This is.
Vey, Stygian Lord of Bator. Mm. And walking behind him, there's a female, actually.
Oh,
There's
more.
Yes. But she's not the worry. He is. This is an actual Stygian lord. He's not an archduke or anything, but you can imagine those were lightweights comparatively. Nevertheless, he walks out. He surveys the situation. He has a person dressed kind of like Tommy in his hand that he just tosses to the side. They limply fall and skid across the ground. As he walks in, he walks over toward you quite nonchalantly. He's not charging or throwing spells or doing anything like that. He just kind of saunters over and he says, "You are not worthy opponents. However, I do need the ferry."
Uh, like a fairy or a.
I think he's talking about
He looks
Tommy.
at you sideways.
Yes.
I don't know what
Yeah.
kind of fight you want, Mister, but that chick just beat the shit out of me.
Yes,
What?
she is a worthy warrior of Stygia. He
She
looks at
was talking
he,
about that bitch's horn.
mhm. He looks at Tommy and he says, "We must talk." Tommy doesn't know what to do in this situation. There's a literal Stygian lord standing in front. This guy's huge, by the way, right? And he's just bristling with horns and spikes, and he's absolutely terrifying. And Tommy's like, "About what, mate?" That was Australian. That was
It's
Good
okay.
enough.
We
Australian.
forgive you.
Yeah, thank you. He says, "I need to find Mirzin." Now, Tommy just has this pale look come over his face. He's like, "What?" Mirzin, the wizard, most call him Merlin today. I need to speak with him.
Wait,
That's
that's real? I thought I sold tires.
yeah. Now Tommy's kind of lost for words. He doesn't understand what is happening.
Would
Anybody
I,
want
with
to
my,
help?
I have a high ass occult. Would I know who Merlin
Oh,
is?
you know exactly who Merlin is. Yes, you
Ooh.
do. Yes, you know
Then
who.
I want to say, tell me what I know about Merlin or what the question even
Well,
infers.
what you know about Merlin is absolutely everything because he's the one that founded the order.
Nice. Well, do I know where he is,
No,
or do I know if you even
that
say
you don't.
that?
Matter of fact, as far as you know, he's dead
I look at it and
long ago, centuries ago.
okay. So I look at GOP and Demon Bitch guy also, and I look at GOP and be like, hey, Merlin founded the order, but Homeboy's been dead for like a long time.
He is not dead.
Well, then I don't know what books you've been reading, Mister, but that's what mine say.
Foolish mortal. He looks at the
Hey,
Fae again, the Ishi, Tommy. He says, I need to go to the summer court. Now, Tommy is like, he kind of snaps out of it a little bit, and he's like, uh, I don't know what to I mean, he's right. Merlin has been, or Merzin has been dead for a very long time. I mean, he's a hero amongst us, of course. I mean, he made the Fae. I mean, I am one of his children. I understand that, but he's not around. And Malak says very clearly and much more sternly, he is not. Take me to your leader. GOP, would you like to ask the obvious question that no one has bothered to ask?
About the well, because I'm I'm kind of taken aback at like what's exactly going on, but
That's my point.
uh, uh is there a reason why can he help you with something?
He looks over at you. He says, indeed he can. Rao must be stopped. It is one thing to torture humans and eat from time to time, as one does. But he wishes to eat the world. We cannot allow it. Rao
well,
must be stopped. The only one who can stop him is the champion. To get the champion, we need Merzin. Merzin is in the Vale. I cannot find him or get close enough. You can.
Well,
you
I
got
guess
like,
we'll
you go, Jupi.
we can we'll see what we can do to help. I look over at our Fey friend. I'm like, could you I guess set up a meeting or something?
He's like, I can try. He gets on the phone and he calls back to the London office, and he has a chat for a while. And whilst he's on the phone explaining to the office what's going on, Malik comes over to you, three, who are standing on the side. He walks up to you, like I said, is a big, hulking, towering demon, right? And the lady is very demure and quiet behind him, by the way. And she follows every step he takes. And he comes over and he says, whilst Taylor is doing what he's doing, he says, "You fought well. You should be proud of yourselves. Those were my lieutenants." And as he says
Was
"were," he looks back over his shoulder, and without even a twitch or even any kind of motion, their heads explode.
Yeah,
well,
that's
you got what you wanted, Tower.
You got
right.
what you wanted, Tower. He says, he looks you up and down. His eyes glow for a second, and he says, "Do you know what you are?" And he's talking to you, GOP, and Lady, not you, Tower.
Damn.
Well, you're playing a different
Uh,
character.
pretty lucky not to be on the ground too.
Hmm,
I know I'm one of 4 that were supposed to have been sacrificed for
indeed.
some reason.
I actually
You'll,
died, homeboy.
yeah, but you're
Hmm?
not that character anymore. That's why he's not talking to you.
Good
But
This is
point.
why
he
this had
anyway.
something to do with being the child, the
Exactly. Yes.
warrior. Yeah.
That's exactly right. And Malik says, he says, indeed, and your victory deserves reward. He reaches into a pouch he has on his side. He fumbles around inside it for a moment, and he pulls out what looks like a pocket watch, and he hands it to. Well, he's talking to Lady, the one interacting with him correctly, so he hands it to Lady, and he gives you the Eye of Mimir.
Oh, magic items. Yeah.
The eye of wait. Did Mimir never give an eye though? That was Odin.
Are you really going to get into a mythological debate with me?
Do it. No, if I remember right, Mimir, the smartest man, took Odin's eyes so he could drink from the pool
That's
of
right. So Mimir possesses the Eye of Odin, and he did
So,
something with it.
so you're calling it Mimir's eye, but really it's Odin's eye.
Okay. The point we should be taking out of this, Chester,
Don't argue with Chester. Do not
is
argue with Chester.
is trying to have an intelligent conversation, and I think we should all be very proud of him.
Yeah, we should. That actually was amazing. That was
And I'm
amazing
trying
stuff.
to act well.
You are. No, that's fine.
I thank him, give him a slight bob of the head because I know I'm nowhere in his class.
He says it is ciphered, but it will be of use to you. After
And our
that,
current quest.
Tommy comes over and he's like, "Yeah, they said we should go back to the office and talk about it. Hopefully that's helpful." He says, "It is." And with that, within a mere seconds of Tommy saying that, a portal opens in front of you with a very slender looking, rather old elven lady. But she's very elven, very much like Tommy, but where Tommy kind of wears a guise most of the time running around, she looks like, an elf to you guys anyway. And she bows to Malok and she offers entrance into the portal to the London office. Everybody goes in, Malak and his consort as well. And you guys are asked very politely to sit out in in a waiting room area. A secretary comes to you several times offering refreshments. You're not only sitting there with the three of you. Tommy is sitting there as well, and as well as Lady Hez, who is sitting in a chair in the London Dove office, while Malok
Lady.
is in another room having a conversation with a bunch of old men and one old elven lady.
I don't want to interrupt you, Chester, but can I get medical assistance instead of sitting in a waiting room while
Well,
I'm in this
that's
window?
true. You probably are getting medical assistance. I'm sorry. So you actually are in. You're being treated. You're not here. That's right. You're all right.
Appreciate it.
No, I forgot. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. So two of you are here. Well, there's four people in this room plus the secretary, and you wait, and you wait.
I'm kind of curious if those biscuits are still over.
The scones? Oh, she's offered you them at least twice.
No, the biscuits.
Oh, the biscuit and
And
You
gravy?
said
No,
gravy.
Lady
those have been
Hez.
disposed of.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
I'm being treated, but I'm not unconscious. Just bring them scones over to the infirmary. I got you.
You're
Oh my
not
god!
there.
I
You're
was
not
just
there.
making a joke. Never mind. Okay, we're just chilling,
Um,
and
Anything?
Question,
You're sitting in a room with Tommy, Lady Hez, the consort
which is
of
his consort.
Stygian
Okay.
Lord, yes.
No.
And
I'm gonna. She's a fellow woman, so I'm gonna just ask her. How did you meet the Lord? Just a light conversation, something that don't drag on.
sure. She's actually quite polite. And you've noticed that Malak was very polite and orderly as well, right?
Hmm.
He wasn't chaotic at all, not like the brute that came charging in and got knocked out. And she politely answers your question, and she said she met him long ago at the palace.
so I'm a little bit curious as to why this ended up in a big fight, and you guys just didn't come straight here.
We had gone there to meet with some contact that Matlock had arranged that would make an introduction to this office, and it resulted in a firefight. His
Now that
henchmen
I
did their job.
look.
hmm.
I look at Tommy. So your friends that called you misread the situation?
He's a bit dejected right now, and he's like, I don't know.
Well, some of his friends are dead, so
Yes,
probably I
yes. His
would
friends are
assume.
dead. He has
None of
a
them
Stygian
there for the
lord that wants
original.
to go to his most sacred lands. It's not a good day for little Tommy.
Here, I was going to
Yeah,
hit on him, but I guess not. Okay.
you can. This is his lowest point. You could probably go in now, just if you don't
It
have the
ain't gonna.
moral qualms.
No,
If
that's all right.
Maybe. Tommy is a
console
pretty
him.
boy. He's a pretty boy. That's fair. And
All the
GOP.
pretty boys I like end up being evil, so
That's fine. So GOP, is there anything you'd like to do before I progress?
No, I mean, yeah, I don't think there's anything else that my character, because my character's interests are like making contacts and stuff like that. I mean, he could give her a business card. I don't think that would do anything, but like, as an awkward like, if you ever need anything, you happen to be close to a phone, you can always, I'll see what I can do for you.
She looks at it curiously. Like I said, she's very demure and very polite. She doesn't look
Mm-hmm.
it. I mean, once again, I will show her visage.
No,
Um,
yeah.
for the viewers, she doesn't look it, but she's extremely demure and very polite. She's very much a lady, as you would imagine it to be, very ordered. And she looks at it and she says, "This is nice. I do know what a phone was, but I transitioned long before they were created. I've never used one."
Just in case
show her
you,
tick,
huh? What's up?
pull up the phone and show her TikTok. Humans making
My
very
God.
silly things.
That would be hilarious, just to like show her like short videos. Like, so this is called a TikTok. No, I'm not going to do that.
Oh, ladies already doing it. Yeah,
Oh,
Oh
I
my
know.
God.
yeah. So she's looking with quite interest. She is the perfect embodiment of an anachronism, right?
Hmm.
She's not a uh, combat demon or a contract demon or any of those kind of things, right? She's literally a court lady in Stygia, and she used the word transition instead of die. You know,
Hmm.
so as far as what you're seeing from her, she's literally spent her probably most of her second life in a palace, right? Um,
She'll ask when before she transitioned what part of the world she lived in.
she is very interested in this TikTok and she does think it's quite silly. And you can kind of tell from her accent, which I don't have. She's probably from somewhere in the Baltics, although her English is very good. She does answer the Polish-Lithuanian Empire.
My ancestors are Polish. I'm trying to be friendly now because
Yeah.
I'm realizing, oh, she's kind of like royalty, and I might be able to make a contact with royalty.
Again?
Again,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, it's kind of my thing.
Let's
Try
go
to
So
bring
back.
I'm
up some pictures of what that area looks like now. Countryside,
Uh-huh. And
mountain range.
she's quite amazed. She says, "This is like the scrying pool they have in the palace, but it's much
I
clearer."
guess it. I guess it would be.
And she
tell you
says,
what.
"Oh, this is my village," and she points to a place in which is actually currently in Ukraine.
Oh, yeah, it's maybe we should look at some of that later. Maybe it's like
That
not the best time over there.
She takes Well, it doesn't mean it's happening in this world. What's happening now in reality? Is
Is
it,
it?
Well, she lives in the
Chester?
Vale, so what was that, lady?
So she would already. Do you often watch your home village? If she's been watching her home village, then she already knows.
No, she
Oh, I
does
don't.
not. She has not been watching her home village. She didn't say anything like that. She just recognized the
Okay.
map
Hmm.
that you're showing her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You know what?
she's very much a palace noble woman is what she is.
Would you like me to get you one of these? It wouldn't be any trouble, and I'll even put my number in it. Just so if you ever need to contact me, it'll be right there. I'll go buy you one. How about that? As a gift.
Well, gifts are always nice. Thank you. I don't know how long we'll be here. The Lord said I should come with
I
him
don't.
because he cannot trust the palace.
I understand, and I know
She
out of
like
character
looks
that.
around suspiciously, and she kind of very lowly whispers, "Is there trouble in the palace?"
I don't know. The Lord said so.
Oh, he seems like a very distinguished lord.
He is very noble. I am very lucky. They all aren't, you know.
Yes, they all are. Let's hope that group all gets an agreement and we can return those gentlemen who are here to the rightful place.
What are we talking about? I went in a very lost
Hmm?
direction. But however, just
He's here wanting to return what's his name back to where he came from because he shouldn't be here.
Yeah, the
And
right,
that's
the
why I
he
assume that
wants
they're
Raoul
talking
he
to
wants Raoul out of the picture. He
right.
does because
We
he
all want him
well
out of the picture.
because Raoul wants to destroy the world, literally, and that's not good for anyone as far as he's concerned. Now, to be fair, as you're having this little weird conversation with a Stygian, which you've never done ever in your life, ever. Matter of fact, most
Experience, hey.
non-Stygians have not had such an experience. You're finding that at least these two are not what you imagine them to be, right? She certainly looks the part. I mean, look at her. She's horrific, right? But also noble and beautiful. This is a well done piece of art. Was why I chose it. But she's nothing like you would imagine some Stygian demon. Keep in mind that amongst the Stygian, you have succubi, which you just dealt with, by the way, right? And things like that. And they have a certain image, right? But she's not displaying that image. And to be fair, in the combat, the brute was being brutish, but it is battle. The lady wasn't rude or rash or chaotic in any way. Nevertheless, go ahead,
She
Tower.
fucked. I don't know if she wasn't chaotic. She fucked me pretty hard, but
well,
No, that was
we
very
were kind of.
focused combat. She was under threat from multiple powerful enemies, dude.
Mhm.
I took the
And
blood, all of it.
I was the one who kept shooting you too,
That is
for the
fair.
most part, until
Yeah.
the young lady shot you. But
To
But
be
dude,
fair to
I
the people,
burned through so many of my Doom Pool, dude. I burned through it. It was a good
if
fight.
me, I was gonna make your gun explode by making the ammunition burn up in the clip.
Yeah, but you can't do that. I mean, you could. You could certainly spend
No,
experience
you
and
can't.
gain those kind of abilities. You
well,
could.
for one, I have a revolver, but
Well,
that's
fair.
okay.
Anyway, let's expedite this for now.
Yep.
You guys are having a
Oh,
nice little chat. Like I said, she's very pleasant. She's quite interested in your world, and et cetera, et cetera. But you can tell anyone who here has any kind of history knowledge, she's century misplaced. She's centuries out of place, right?
mm-hmm.
And so she doesn't know your world, but she thinks it's very interesting. She's super polite. And but every now and then during the little this kind of back and forth, nice conversation you're having, you see she kind of tilts her head, her horns particularly, toward the door of the room where they're in. And she seems to get frustrated for a second, and then she's polite again and chatting with you. But This building frustration in her has got to a point of boiling. And she says, I do apologize. Please excuse me. She stands up and she walks toward the door. The secretary, Tommy's not even thinking about it. He's actually, his face is in his phone. He's doing something. The secretary tries to stop her, and then the secretary literally falls in a lump on the floor, just out, right? She goes over the door and it opens before her, not by her hand, before her. And she goes in. She doesn't close the door, and as soon as the door opens, you hear serious argument going on, right? Particularly that elven lady you had seen earlier. She did speak. It's a female voice. She's the only female in there. She is, emphatically no, is what she's on about. And she comes in, Lady Hez here, and she says, "This is ridiculous. We are here on an important mission, and you will help us, whether you do it willingly or not." Malek looks over. I'm assuming you guys kind of craned your head to look in the room, right?
Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah. And Malek looks over and he says, "My lady, I will handle this." You can't see her expression on her face, but she bows to her lord. She turns around, comes back up with a very stern that look right here on her face. You see in the picture.
Mhm.
The door shuts behind her, and she sits down as polite and kind and nice as can be.
You know, I'm thinking the phone might not last out there, just because it's got to stay charged and stuff. But would you like me to get you a European history book? I think that'd be something that's a bit more up your alley.
That would be nice. Within a few minutes, the door opens up. Did anyone help the secretary into a chair or anything?
I'd
I
probably well,
know.
yeah.
I was watching her. Go, go, girl, go.
Okay, yeah. I'll as I mentioned that to her as I'm picking up the secretary,
Yeah,
and
that's fine. Putting her in her chair. She's just sleeping, by the way. She's not dead.
mhm.
But the door opens up, and all of you, all three of you, are asked to please attend. So you guys, four of you, sorry, you guys all go into the room and you have a seat around this very large table, which is nowhere near enough people in here to fill the table. But you guys have a seat, and the conversation goes like this. The elven lady seems to be a ambassador of the summer court. They introduce the other men in this room are very powerful members of Dove, including the principess of both the Order and the Arcanum are in this room of London. That's pretty high level, right? Plus the lowly little London chief. He's kind of he's like more closer to your level, right? And this is the deal that they have worked out. There's no way in hell, literally, and I meant that as that pun directly, that Malik Vey will be allowed to enter into Elfhelm. He will not be allowed, or I'll just say Fairyland. That's probably better. He will not be allowed. That is off the table. However, we have negotiated the fact that his lady, excuse me, will be allowed to be escorted to the summer court. The very old man, the principess of the Arcanum here in London, he looks at her and says, "Would that be acceptable, my lady?" And she nods her head. And we would request that we would request that she needs to have a guide with her that will go along with her. And we have some people we would like to suggest for that. And in the back of the room, a door opens and a line of people, men, women. They're all dressed in suits and various things like that. These are some of the strongest and most intelligent members of the Arcanum, and they will happily take you there with Lady what was I going to call her?
As
Villivin,
oh,
Villivin, Villivin, Lady Villivin, the elf. We would, would this be acceptable to you, my lady? And they're talking the whole time to Lady Hez, by the way. They're not talking to you at all. Tommy is paying more attention than he was outside, but he's just kind of out of it. And you two guys are just, you were invited in, so why not? And you're listening. Do you guys want to do anything before I continue?
um, I'm kind of like quietly consoling Tommy, because he's had a rough day.
It's been a real bad
Uh,
day for Tommy, yeah.
hmm, I don't know, because I mean we could try and push ourselves into this situation, like she
We
did
have another
see.
job we got to finish
Yeah, we
up on.
You
do.
haven't even done your
We
job
got our
yet.
own.
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
waylaid. Yeah, that's true.
Our
Um,
office
I'm
will
just
get her.
offering the opportunity, so.
no, I mean, look, I know it's not my place to interject here, but we could volunteer our services. I mean, the lady has,
The old man, the principus of the Arcanum, which you know is a radically powerful, high-level dude. You know this
hmm
instinctively, right? He cuts you off and he says, "We really do appreciate your work, Agent. We really, really do. Your presence here is simply as a courtesy." Lady Hez speaks up at that. She says, "I will accept an escort, but not them. I'll take these three noble agents," she says, and she literally waves her hand back at you guys who are sitting behind her, right on the table. And the principess is, well, my lady, we really want someone who's qualified. She says they're qualified. Well, yeah, yes, but would you like either any of you like to interject? I'm sorry you're not here, Tower.
No, it's
I'm,
fine. I'd rather be not, dying on the counter table.
Yeah, no, you're being well taken care of. So
I mean, we have combat experience.
Not
And we're
close
able
to
to
experience.
uh, respectfully, successfully subdue the lieutenants of our fine lady here. Um, so it's I think we could definitely carry our own weight. I mean, once again, if it's not too much
We have
trouble.
no. We
sorry, lady.
cannot guide you. We cannot guide you through the veil because we've never been there.
Well, the elven lady, the ambassador, is the one that's going to be the main guy. They just
Yeah.
you can tell what's going on here, right? The
Mm.
Arcanum and probably the Order as well, but you haven't heard them speak. They want to keep eyes on a frickin' Stygian Lord's, woman, right? Obviously, and they want to make sure they have the people there powerful enough to deal with any kind of problem because you got to keep in mind the uh, Elfhelm courts, right? The lands of the Ishi. They are not members of the pact per se. Tommy is, but their leadership is not. They are beholden, and you've studied this in your when you guys were doing your things. They are absolutely beholden to only themselves, vehemently so. So much that there's a lot of animosity toward them throughout history for not lifting a finger to help in many, many situations, which they could have. It's the classic elf move, right? And so they don't want to stir up tensions because war has taken place between Elfhelm and the mortal realms and other vales. It has happened. That's their concern. You guys have studied that. Everybody has an occult of D8 or higher, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody knows that. You know that. You understand that about the situation. The Lord looks over at her, Malak himself, Malak Vey. He says, "Are you sure about that choice?" She shakes her head. He's like, "Very well. That is the deal. She will follow your ambassador, and she will have these attendees." There's a
I
little bit
kind of
of,
have.
yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying, I have my hands on my collar, like just with a smile on my face.
So it is decided that that is what's going to happen. Phone calls are made to your bosses. Unfortunately, the Stone situation will have to wait because this is happening now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Malok will be a guest of the London Dove office, which is weird to say, but that he will wait here, and you will attend the Elven Ambassador as well as Lady Hez to the Vale, and you are going to Alfheim. So good for you, man.
I just, I just imagine the demon like staying, like, because depending on how long we're going to be gone, the demon staying with Tommy or whatever his name is, Taylor guy.
Tommy's
Tommy
gonna be
Yeah,
Taylor.
going with
Tommy.
us.
Yeah. No,
Uh,
he's not going. Oh,
uh,
no, he's not. No.
yeah, I just
Going.
imagine like an odd couple thing where like he's staying in Tommy's apartment, while
Yeah,
we're gone.
yeah. Eating corn dogs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Sweet. With extra spicy mustard. But anyway,
Mhm.
you go through all the stuff. It happens very, very quickly. You can call back to the headquarters and talk if you want, but they say they are doing it. You probably Lady does it anyway, I'm sure instinctively. And of course, they're like, "Good luck," is basically all they can say. And You guys are have like a downtime of about 30, 45 minutes before it all finishes up. And You're offered food and beverages and any wounds you have being attended. Um, Tower,
Ye-
you need to make a roll for me.
yes.
Okay. This is going to be a difficulty of you got only one knock of damage on you, so one trauma. This is going to be a roll of a 15. So what you need to do is roll a recovery die. Now, the way you're going to do that is roll your physical. In this case, it's physical damage. Roll a distinction that has to do with toughness or willpower or iron. Something that is masculine, very manly. Choose one of those distinctions. Um, and your Let me check the skills real quick again. Hold on a second.
GOP out of character. I do
Mhm.
not trust these Fey people since they're not members of the pack.
You don't see what now?
I don't trust these people since they're not members of the pack.
Well, that's why
They,
we're here, because we're,
That's why you're here.
yeah,
You're
but
representing
we're
it.
not. Yeah.
And so you want to roll your physical, you want to roll the distinction it applies, and you want to choose, um, well, definitely the physical one of labor, or survive. Sure. One of those two. Which other one is higher? And then any specializations you might have or signature assets you might have that would apply. Plus, you get to add a D10 to that for the facilities that you're in. So you need a 15. So what is your physical?
Physical's an 8,
Okay.
and then my stubborn death battle mage would be physical, so D8.
Perfect. That's 8. Yeah, that's perfect. So another 8 plus which is higher, your labor or your survive,
Labor is
there's.
both D4.
and which is survive.
I
They're
think
both
so.
4. So that's a
Yeah.
Yeah.
4. So 8, 8, 4. Do you have any assets you think would be useful to you?
I'm curious. Could he Could he do like a minor healing thing as a cantrip or no?
No, definitely not. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
that's a very specific thing that needs to be purchased. But healing in this world is very rare, actually. Do you have any assets that would help you? Magical items or
Uh,
things like that?
I don't.
You don't. Okay. So 10, 2d8s, and a d4. There we go. All right. So you have an 11 in there, and we'll consider the hospital itself to be in effect a PowerPoint, which is a 15, which is equal to. Okay. So because you're under care, nothing has worsened, but nothing has improved. You are sitting at a trauma of D6. However, your stress is down to a D6 too, right? So your stress, it's the hospital and stuff. They would bring that down real quick. It's the trauma that sticks for a long time. So because it has been a fairly short period of time, so you're looking at a D6 stress and a D6 excuse me a D6 trauma is what you're sitting on right now. So write that down: 6 stress slash 6 trauma.
Um,
Okay.
And the ribs cracked is been dealt with, so you don't have it, or it's no longer broken, but the dice is still in effect. So when we play next week, keep in mind that you are fighting injured, but professional and all. So what was I doing?
uh,
Oh yeah. Um, so did you have something you want to say, GOP?
yeah. So since we had 45 minutes, I'm going to ask Tommy if I can borrow a little bit of money and find the nearest bookstore, get a book on European history, and then try and get get back with it as quickly as possible if it's really close. You know,
Oh
just
yeah,
run in, get a.
there's probably one right around the corner. Yeah, easy enough. You got plenty of time. So you pick up your book, and we'll write that down. We'll pick that up next week. But to end today, and we'll start out next week with part 2 and going to the Veil. But you guys are sitting in there getting ready. You just got back with your book, and the TV comes on, and you've been seeing advertisements, but the TV's going on right now about International Women's Day and all that kind of stuff. You know how they are. And there's a couple of new advertisements that pop up. I'll show them to you now. You have one here. It says, "Make the next International Women's Day special." The next one, and it ends with BMW, and there's some suit they're showing off, right? And it's feminine shaped, right? And then there's another ad that comes off from a company you've never heard of before. And it's another suit of just like everything else has been suits, right? This kind of technology. Women make the grade, Spark Tech. You never heard of this company before, but these things have been going on for months now, right? Different advertisements and stuff, and the conversation has changed a little bit because at the beginning they were just showing ads, and then they started talking publicly, and media's talking about it. There's conspiracy theories everywhere. It's become a hot topic, trending daily. And what they're really doing is, it seems, is recruiting people to who are capable of utilizing this equipment. They're not actually. It doesn't look like they're actually selling it wholesale public. Although they kind of winking are. You're not sure. Unfortunately, you guys are not in the loop. You don't know what's going on. You don't have any information. The chatter about the office has been going on for months as well. And when this comes off, you can see the London office is chattering just like you guys do in Boston. None at your level seem to know what's going on, but it certainly doesn't seem to be. This stuff doesn't seem to be associated with any of the main factions that you know of, like the Pact and stuff like that. But it's still a mystery of what's going on. And well, you guys have jobs to do, so you just get on with it. But
I got questions for uh, her lordship's man, Lord, whatever his name is. Yeah, just but he's not in the room with us, though, right?
At this moment, no, he is not. Neither is she. You guys are actually with the agents and getting ready and doing stuff and things like that.
None of that started popping up until after somebody came to this realm.
Well, we've already established, lady, that this is
Uh,
somehow in
okay.
response to Lord Rawl. I mean, clearly it
Oh,
is.
okay.
You just
All
don't know
right.
who's doing it and why. Because most of the people you work for, or whether it be directly or tangentially, you guys, tend not to kind of let the world know what's going on. You kind of keep it secret. Like I said, there aren't any kind of like prosecutable laws per se, but it's just a standing order that the humans don't need to know, right? So it's certainly none of one of the groups you work with. It's just a mystery. Clearly, it's in response to Raw. Clearly, yeah,
It's probably Elon.
it probably
Elon's
is
probably behind.
Elon. It's probably Elon. But you see a lot of well-known companies, and you see some companies you never heard of, like this Spark Tech. But it's the next commercial because they have three of them in a line, right? And
Mm-hmm.
the next one is the one that really catches your attention, and it gets the whole room up, right? And this one is very interesting because for you guys, this isn't that strange. But to release this to the public, wow, dude. And I'll just show you the commercial if you don't mind. Because all
You
it
made an.
is a series of slides and then a video. So I'll show that to you.
Oh wow! You really went all out on this one.
No, I
True
didn't
pride.
actually.
Ready.
Now, there's some music going in the background. It's very Japanese pop, right? You never heard of this company, Kamikage, but it comes up with a series of slides, and it says True Power for Red X. No clue what that is. The last thing actually shows a video. There's literally a beautiful violet skinned girl sitting on the ground, and from the noise around her and the people talking, it sounds like Italy, right? Sitting on the ground, she stands up, brushes her ass off, floats off the ground, looks coyly at the camera, literally giggles, and then flies off. She has no gear, she has no suits, nothing. She just herself did that. Now, you guys know those things exist. I mean, you see those things, you're magical, right? But this is on national TV channels. It's kind of a big deal. And everyone's going on about it because it's showing how the sausage is made, and you don't do that,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mhm.
But so Kamikage is some new player in this game, and it's different because everything up until now has all been tech, right? But this is not tech. This is what you guys do, right?
Mhm.
So what's going on? Nevertheless, we will pick up next week. Let me bring myself back over here to the other side. We will be here next week, of course, and we will continue in part two, where we'll actually
Oops, I
going
have
into
too
the
much in
veil.
chat. That's the
Um,
thing. Okay.
yeah, so we'll do that. You guys pick up an additional 3 experience points today for the ending. I usually give you 2, but I'm going to give you 3 because that was a pretty good fight and it was interesting. And this is a kind of a stepped up campaign, isn't it? It's a little bit more serious,
Yeah. So we
and
got
it's going to
total
get
6.
more serious. So you guys got what was that? 6 XP today. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Any questions before we get out of here?
I
So
want to pose a alternative to the way the fight started. Instead of doing whatever he did, trying to blast him with a fireball, what if he put grease underneath his feet when the guy was running toward him? What would have happened?
Oh, Tower being clever? Oh no, I don't know what would happen.
Mm, well, I mean, yeah, we could. You could have done the. You could have.
And that
I
would have
mean,
been a cantrip, right?
It would have
technically,
been,
you
and
could.
he could have used it in response instead of taking a PowerPoint. He could have created a complication with that. Yeah, no, yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, would have
Well,
been a good idea,
yeah,
maybe.
hindsight. But
But
I
you
just think,
guys literally KO'd him in a round, one round. So
well, um, we all attacked him at once. But um, so what? All I'm thinking is the how pissed people are going to be once if they all find out about this and realize that, like, oh, we could have lived for, or like, you know, we all could have just had our bodies put in something new, instead of dying,
well,
or having people die in the past.
this is the conundrum, right? Because
Yeah,
you know, one, you know, magic. Not everybody can do what you do, right?
Yeah.
The other option is available to anybody, really, right? There's various different ways to reattach a spirit to a mortal frame. Many of them involve your very own body, right? The
yeah,
vampires do that, right? And the Ishi do that as well. There's many that do like that. That's the easiest way to do it. So good point. Mm, good point.
that's probably why at this point now they don't want anyone to know, because you imagine how destabilizing that would be. It's like,
Yeah. No,
No,
you
no.
can imagine the powers that be are not really happy campers at this particular moment. Not only do they have the threat of Rawl, because you guys know a little bit more in the public, but he's taking the Middle East, dude. He's
mhm.
taking it all, right? And there's very little standing in his way. You have heard rumors around the office that some heavy hitters from various factions have died trying to go in and deal with Rawl. And of course, that would mean that a lot of the powerful groups would be hesitant about burning resources on it, right? There's all of those kind of things are happening right now. It's just not at your level. I know you can like it or not, I suppose, but when I set this campaign up, I didn't want the players to be the chosen one.
Mhm.
They're just,
No,
well,
that's fine.
I want
It's
them to just
Merlin.
be part of the, rank and file doing their job. Now, rank and file in this world is, quite powerful, but you're not the chosen one. Who knows what'll happen in the future? Maybe you'll become more important. But I really thought it would be cooler to play that kind of game.
Yeah, we're interesting side characters in this
Yes,
whole plot.
yes. Is that okay?
That's
Yeah.
perfectly fine with me. You don't have to be the center of
The whole
attention
thing
all
is
the
that
time.
we are the whatever when the horny guy, the horned guy was
The
talking
horny
about.
guy.
I'm sorry. He has more than one horn.
He is full of
What can
horns
you do?
and spikes. You're right.
Yes.
He is
Oh
horny. That is fair. One of the very first Americanisms I ever taught my wife, GOP, was what that word meant. Hmm.
Lord.
I'm not going to pretend to know the situation that yeah, okay, that transpired to for that to occur. Anyways, yeah. All right, cool. So world is continuing to learn more and more about all our dirty secrets.
Hmm.
So that's cool.
I think
And
it's someone from one of the factions. They may be part of the pack or not that is doing this.
I still think it's Elon, and he's actually like an Umbral in this universe,
Hmm. Hmm.
and
Probably.
Hmm.
he's just causing chaos.
I like that theory. I like that theory.
No,
Yeah.
no, because
Uh,
it's like the superhero movies.
sure.
We see these. Read the comic books. Oh wow, this is great. What? And then suddenly they're real.
That's
Like,
fair. No,
oh
but
wow,
but
yeah,
and it could easily be that. But you're also making an assumption that I've chosen.
this is
Mhm.
true. Probably
Yeah.
haven't.
No. No.
But
No.
I'm gonna look up the Kimaraj thing. See what it really is. Well, I may volunteer. Who knows?
Well, there you go.
I got to
But
get some time
also
off sooner
I'm
or later.
trying to allow you guys to influence the world as well. How you play, what you do, what you say. So I don't want to you know end story myself in that way. I'm
Yeah.
just kind of playing it by ear as I go with a general concept of what's going on. So, but anyway, thank you all very much.
Oh,
We'll
I'm
check you
sorry. I
out
still
next
don't
week.
trust the elves.
I wouldn't know. You should never listen to Gimli. But in 2 days, course, we have Bloody Poos or Drawn and
What?
Quartered Ultimate
Well, that
Edition. Yeah,
Bloody poo.
Bloody Poos. Come in
I'll
for
be
Bloody
in the
Poos.
audience.
Yes. You guys
The
can't
red
miss bloody
stool.
pools. It's very important. There may be stools, possible
Mhm.
piglets, a rabbit here and there. Nevertheless, come on back for that. We are doing the new horror movie for Winnie the Pooh, and we'll see how that goes. Thank you guys very much, and we will check you out next time. Later.
Bye bye now.
See y'all.